Folks, we are back with another episode of The Roots MIA. I'm your host, Jazz Royce. Besides me is my co-host, Smoke, owner of J Ray Incorporated. No, I'm playing. Anyway, we got Stefan Luton back with us, baby. It's been so long since we had him in here. And we got the return, part 2 of Caesar, a.k.a. Casper, Miami.
You ain't know what the fuck going on, baby.
I thought
that was you talking.
You thought I said, bro?
I like that voice. No,
All right, calm down, Joe. Calm down.
Already.
All right, man. So now it's back to being a Friday night, our usual shooting schedule. I hope everybody's had a good week, still quarantined and all that.
We almost out.
Almost out.
Couple more weeks. We almost there.
Yeah, exactly.
Stick to your routines. Keep your mask on. All right. Keep doing the whole routine. Wash your hands 20 times a day.
20
dirty ass nigga. Yeah, no, for real. No, I'm not gonna lie. I've been seeing y'all Publix and stuff. Y'all have no consideration for the people who are trying to live out here. Start wearing your mask.
Yeah, bro. I was at the deli the other day, fucking getting like turkey and shit. Fucking not gonna use the word, but
the mask fell into the turkey.
No, the person at the fucking deli was like not even like wrapped in their hands. They had no mask on. I was like,
oh god!
When I got,
disgusting,
dude, mind you, I'm like walking to the cashier desk. I'm like, why am I buying this? I'm in the process of buying it.
Bro, I would have.
No, look, I threw it away when I got home. Like the thought process didn't go through.
It finally clicked in your head when you're home. Like you're like, bro, what the fuck is his?
You're like, wait a minute, yeah, this shit's nasty.
To be 100% honest, I'm not even a complete believer.
If you work in the deli, isn't it mandatory that you have gloves on?
Yeah.
I thought it would be. I thought having some mask at least.
That's why I don't understand. That's why I was like,
let's get him fired. Not playing.
Let's get him fired.
What Publix is this? What street address is do it?
152137. Fuck those people.
Oh shit!
If you know who you are, you know what you did.
Yo, facts.
Now, before we get into the high-rise part of the episode, while we got Caesar back with us, we got to go touch base on what's been going on this week.
Give us a recap.
It's been a crazy-ass week.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
okay. No, start with that.
Yep. So, we got the George Floyd situation. Minnesota is reenacting the 93 LA riots.
Yeah,
a lot of fuck shit going on, man.
A lot of crazy stuff going on.
I don't know what's good with our justice system. I'm not sure what's good with the cops.
Be honest with you, the reason why I'm in a bad mood is because of that.
I've been in a bad mood for the last 3 days because of it.
I was at my house looking at all that shit, bro, and like
those videos, yes.
It's been getting me like on some fucking
because it's like...
Did you see the one about the lady in the wheelchair in the middle of the road?
Yeah, I saw that. Fuck that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I would have stabbed that bitch.
Bro, but nah, they're wilding. I saw today, I remember you, who was it? I think it was Cass. They sent us the video. No, it was you. You sent the video of the reporter from CNN.
Oh, that was me.
Live on air.
That
was
you?
Okay,
yeah.
Live on air, reporting.
Oh, yeah.
And he got arrested while reporting.
His entire crew got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
That one is where it set it off for me. Because I saw oh my God, this guy's doing his job, especially being in broadcast and media and that stuff. And
no, if you pay attention, they went after him because he is of color, and they didn't go back for the crew until they were like, all right, let's try to avoid being racist or anything. So
and then they got the producer and then the camera guy.
This is all live on air. Like the camera guy was the last one talking. He was like, they're about to arrest me, so I got
he put the mic down and they started handcuffing him on camera.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's horrible.
Man.
No, it's horrible.
Yeah,
it's horrible because I know for myself, I feel just like I want to be able to do something. I know a lot of people have to feel like that. Like, what is it that we can do as a society to like change this thing that's going on? Because this is horrible, bro. It should not be normal to be seeing shit like this, and it's normal, and that's fucked up. That is fucked up, bro. A lot of things need to change. The third precinct, y'all deserve that. Fuck your precinct.
I agree with that. You saw in Donald Trump's tweets too about pretty much making people turn against each other in America.
Bro, it was the part that tweeted
the ones that loot are gonna get shot at or something like that.
Yeah.
He said once the looting starts, the shooting starts.
Like,
yo, bro, how the fuck are you our Oompa Loompa president saying some stupid ass shit like that?
You know what's funny? That's actually a manuscript from 1964.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was
my God.
That exact same statement was made years ago, and it's literally the exact same. It's like time always repeats itself. It's crazy.
Yes.
No. That's a plot twist right there.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I don't want to get into it because it's just a sad
Not
topic.
too deep.
We're
not a sad topic. We have to touch base.
Controversial.
His
George
family,
Floyd, his family, and all the other victims that were affected
and
over
everybody
all the years
protesting.
from this.
Continue protesting. Be safe. But Minneapolis, turn the fuck up, bro. Burn the city. Because obviously words are not enough anymore at this point. Action's the only thing that they respond to. It took them 4 days to arrest the dude that they were protecting. Did you see the video where they had like 200 cops in front of his house?
in front of his house protecting him, yeah.
Come on, bro. I want to see the charges get dropped too. Don't tell me he got arrested. I want to see charges. I want to see him in the jail. I want to see him everything. And the other 3 officers too. Because you can't just stand by there and watch an innocent man just die off
Yeah.
of something so stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Now, my take is don't burn the city down. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are innocent in the city, but take heavy reprimands on the officer and the people that are responsible for it, even death sentence. No, I'm playing. I'm not
I
playing.
remember,
I'm
keep
just
saying
trying to
their
sound- I'm
names.
trying to sound
Keep
politically
saying their
correct.
names.
But,
Never forget.
yeah.
'Cause it's a lot of fuck shit going on.
No,
man.
they deserve a heavy charge. The officer. I think the officer's gonna get what's due to him when he goes to prison.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
he better.
They
Yeah,
gonna
he
handle
better.
his
Yeah, he
ass.
better.
They gonna handle his ass.
Yeah, because that 3rd-degree murder, that is not.
that's not a
definitely
light.
not
That's
it,
not a
bro.
light sentence. Type.
like-
Yeah.
You're slapping them on the hand like, yo, don't do it
Yeah,
again.
it's
And this
like-
isn't, again, this is the last thing I'll talk about it. This is an officer as well who has past actions that he's done.
18
18 incidents
complaints.
where they had to report
10 years
it.
And I bet the only reason they're taking actions because it was recorded.
Yes.
That's probably it.
That's the only reason.
It's
the only reason. So again,
sick
yo.
times we live in.
And
man.
again, if any officers are listening to this, I know there is a small group of y'all that are actually very cool and you are actually calm and collected when it comes to shit like this. This is for those who are just, I don't know, I feel like you've been bullied when you were growing up and now you got a badge and you feel like you can bully people back. It's not an excuse, bro. You are here to protect and serve the civilians, the people who are trying to abide by the law and do their thing. You guys can't be the biggest gang in America. You just can't.
Yeah, no, but another thing too is like you're not born racist. Like that's something that's instilled in you.
Instilled in you.
Sure.
Yeah, that's something that you were raised with, and it's kind of sad because like I always think about this thing all the time, and it's like, all right, so if I was born this way and I was a clean slate, obviously I'm gonna be raised a certain way, but people have morals at the same time too.
Yeah.
You have your own sense of thinking, but so the people in my eyes that are racist, you kind of never had that kind of self-awareness to make your own decision. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, like growing up, you always said like, yo, fuck cats. Like my friend brought this up to me the other day, and he's really right about it. It's like like if you were in middle school or high school, especially down here in Miami, like, bro, it's always been fuck cats. But like, I've always been that person, but yeah, fuck cats. But
Cats.
why? So it's like, all right, cool, yeah, fuck cats. But then my fucking half sister got a cat, and I was like, yo, cats are pretty dope.
You
get me?
changed.
So then like, my opinion about cats changed. So obviously it's kind of the same thing. So it's kind of sad seeing these people that are in their late 50s, 60s go ahead and be like,
With that
yo,
mind state.
And
they're still like that.
They
So
don't know any better.
We're in
my take
2020
on
now.
it is like, obviously racism, there's never going to be a point where it's going to be completely
It's not
eliminated.
going to be
But
going.
over time, it'll dilute with people that are obviously driving in it in the direction that they'll be like, all right, yeah, like I'm done with this shit.
Do you think that will like if this continues though? Can you possibly see like civil war happening?
I mean, at a certain point, to be honest, bro, because I
If
mean,
it keeps going, I would
a big
yeah.
rebellion. I'd expect that.
and I
from
think
people.
we're heading towards that direction too, because if you look back at like the world wars, that's kind of what it was. Like,
The beginning stages before.
yeah, prior to that, it all became in that point in time. If you look at all the civil wars that the United States had, it was always two parties having a disagreement, and now it's a race card, and now it's something more publicized, and black people are more passionate about saying, yo, I'm tired of this shit. Like,
No, and
my
they have
life,
every
Yeah,
right.
more open. Exactly.
yeah, exactly. So then now there's no
Yeah.
silence. So then white people get scared about it.
Oh, super.
Yeah, so
super.
it's,
It's
Shout out
gonna
to
be
all
a
the
big-
Karens,
it'll
like
be a
dumbass
big
bitches.
war.
There's nothing more dangerous than a black man that's intelligent. I'm a firm believer in that, because if you have a past and where your people have been oppressed for such a long time and you're passionate about that history, you're gonna go ahead and fucking do whatever it takes to fucking go ahead and go back to be like, yeah, I'm
avenge
done.
it. Yeah, find
So,
some type of avenge.
Because if it was me, like I was thinking about it today, I was like, yo, like I'm not able to be in a place to be like, yeah, I'm in their shoes. But if I was, oh man, I would fucking wreak havoc.
Oh, bro. I would be burning down everything too, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't
It's
be in that
frustrating.
sense,
No,
but
no,
Yeah, I know.
that's how frustrated I am watching
I'm-
everything.
Yeah.
I'm a person that's very good with words. So for me to be like, yo, like I'm done with this shit, I'm gonna give you my MLA format 5,000 page essay.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
So, like, I
and that would,
two-page
I know
essay.
that would do work too.
So it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it's sad, but bro, it's just like it's gonna be a matter of time where it gets to a point where just the quarantine
Yeah,
even
enough
adds
is enough.
more wood to the fire, just because of the fact people are so cooped up in the house, so
Yeah.
they have more mental
Everybody's
state to
fucking-
stay. Yeah, so people have more time to think to themselves.
I think if that was to occur, it'd be a big war, not just only with blacks, but even with just minorities in general.
Minorities.
You know, like just
Yeah.
Hispanics
It
and
would be
blacks
Hispanics,
combined.
blacks combined.
Because I saw
against-
a video today with another Karen. hollering
Karens,
at
bro.
this group of Hispanics that were playing Spanish music in a park, like playing the instruments.
yeah.
And she was like,
Call
"Oh, this is Spanish music. We talk English. This is USA, America, and da da da." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
You see, I'm getting heated just hearing shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
It's
who are we bothering? I don't
That's
tell you to
what I'm
shut your
saying.
fucking like. I don't
It's
tell you to
your
turn
dog,
off
dude.
Taylor Swift when you're bumping.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
All right. I don't tell you to turn it
No
off.
offense to Taylor Swift.
I'm just gonna walk away.
It's just like I said. Like unfortunately, those people that grew up in that period of time, they don't know nothing else but racism.
Well, racism,
it's
exactly.
sad. So it's like once it gets to that point in time, we're at that age. It's kind of like you don't know nothing else. You
Yeah,
understand? So
it's too late to go back for them.
I don't want to say you can't change it.
Yeah,
You gotta learn the hard
I
way.
always tell this to people, and it kind of is like a statement that I live to this day. It's like, yeah, age does come with wisdom, but if an old man lives in a cave for 60 years, that doesn't mean he knows everything. He just knows darkness and rocks and
Yes.
sticks
Wow.
and food.
Yeah,
Because he didn't leave the cave.
So exactly. So if you're stuck in the mentality of being in the hole that you've kept in your whole life, you're not gonna grow. So it's like, yeah, age does come with wisdom, but it comes with experience at the same time. So it's not,
Absolutely.
so I'm not gonna go ahead and fucking tell everybody, hey, look, yeah, go fucking be racist and not change. They can't really change. Like
They're stuck in that. There's like a
stuck in that.
This
hamster
is how
wheel.
they are. It's
It's a
so
hamster
many
wheel.
years.
They're just in the hamster wheel.
Luckily,
They
like
can't go.
we're seeing this when we're young. And I know I read an article, a few, I think is our brains don't stop growing completely until when our mid-20s, I believe.
yeah, it's 24, 25.
24, 25. So we still, can see this and be able to alter our mindset and how we go about things versus people like Karens that are in their 50s and 60s that is just,
And that's one of the
They're
reasons I'm
just-
truly
they're just
like
fucked.
happy that I'm in Miami because you don't see that.
it's not
much in
as
Miami.
active because it's a melting
Yeah,
pot
we're a
down
melting
here.
pot of cultures. Like we
Yeah,
all ride.
and
for
I
each
agree
other.
with that. That's why I'm more like a little more relaxed in a sense because it's more
Yeah.
there's more leeway down
For
here.
example, like in my aspect, I look at Miami as like a bubble. Imagine I work nightlife, so I see all types of
see
people.
everything,
I meet-
yeah.
I meet all types of people. I worked
All the
at,
island people, everything.
like I worked at Studio 23, and all I literally worked with was black people. Like it's literally all black people. It's North Miami, so I had no problem with them at all. But I would literally come in and see people out of town and be like straight up racist to fucking the people that was in this
Wow.
venue.
Oh yeah.
In
And
the
like, they-
venue.
They came to this place specifically because they heard about it, and then they came knowing what they see on like Yelp or the pictures, whatever. Yeah, it's gonna be black people. Like it's
if you know it, why come?
yeah. So exactly. So why are you gonna go ahead and fucking complain? You get me? So whatever. Yo, this J-Ray got me crazy right now, kid.
Shout out to J-Ray.
Hey, that's the point.
We got yo. Did they serve J Ray out of Central or so?
Nah, but shit, I'm about to. This shit feels nice.
That's what I'm trying. Yeah.
Oh, shout out to
What
Jerry.
you
Shout out to
want?
Jerry.
Shout out to
J-Ray.
I'm telling you, for those who haven't had J Ray, shout out to the Jamaican island, bro. You guys hit. For those who know what Appleton is, it's J Ray now. It's just got rebranded.
Yeah,
Love
shit, shit feels good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie, because I
It's a wave, right?
yes,
Yeah.
I remember I was the hype boy. Like I remember growing up during high school, I was like, nah, I always need to bring a Hennessy bottle with me, Hennessy or Ciroc. And then
I was that guy.
Hennessy, baby.
I will never forget the one ranch party. I was wearing like cargo shorts, and if you have cargo shorts, they have big ass pockets. I came in there with 2 bottles in my pocket. I was like 2 Ciroc bottles. They looked like revolvers. Like, all right, who's trying to get drunk?
This is what you talk about that, bro. The fucking before quarantine ended, I'm such a big person. I'm like, I work at a fucking nightclub, so like obviously don't fucking take the bottle outside of the club if you
Never.
bought it. I don't care. I was a hypocrite.
Jesus Christ.
I was
How
at
do you mess up on your own rules,
bro. I was at a venue at like 6 a.m.
Okay.
and like fucking I was drunk as shit. And
If you're still at the beach at 6 in the morning, you're
bro, I
fucked
spent
up.
like
Yeah.
I spent like $400 in this one night. And I was just like,
Holy
yo,
shit.
And I just got another one. I was like, yo, I'm not gonna let my money go.
You were like, yo, I'm taking
And I was
those.
wearing, I was wearing cargo pants. I was like, yo, fuck it. Nobody's gonna
That's why
see it.
cargo pants went out of style. Like,
Yo, dog,
too
this
much
is
damn
tough,
crimes
man.
going
Yo,
on.
This shit's holding, right?
I woke up the next morning and I was like, yo, if I saw somebody else doing this at my club, I'd fucking beat the shit out. I fucking hate myself for doing that. But hey, you know what? I paid good money for that small ass bottle. Piece of shit.
That's always killed me about
Overpriced.
clubs, bro. It was just like, so hold up, you're gonna charge me 120 for the Hennessy bottle I can buy for like 30?
Hey man, it's a business. We give an experience, not a fucking
Nah, I get it. I get it.
Experience.
That's
Just the bottle plus the experience. Because yo, when they bring you that bottle, every bird that's
is
there
nice.
is going to break neck towards you. Like that's where the sparklers are going.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Let me know when you can get 20 grand in your crib, and then we can argue. But even after that, I'll be like, but can you bring the bitches though?
Nah.
bitches love Central. You feel me? Shout out Central.
Shout out Central.
And let's get right into that, because where we left off on the first part of Caesar's episode, it was just when you got into the Central scene. We saw how you worked your way into the Wynwood scene,
baby.
and now let's see. Now we're at the peak. Story time. Let's take it back.
Walk us through. Walk us through.
Where did I exactly leave off? I'm trying to remember.
I think you just.
I left off on like where I picked up my name. So basically to like reinstate where I left off, practically, it was just like I was naming a couple of Miami figures that are very abundant in like social media, especially like I was saying, Purple Miami, Mr. Miami, David Grutman, man, there's a whole bunch of people. Fucking Matt Zingler. There's like so many people. The guy from Rolling Loud. If you guys didn't know, shout out Rolling Loud. It was supposed to happen this year, but fuck coronavirus.
We'll be back next year. We'll be back next year.
Yeah, we back next year.
Rolling Loud, Ultra. Everything, bro.
Everything involving people.
Bro, did they refund people?
Yeah, nah.
Oh my god.
I believe so. I hope so. We had an event for coronavirus and we ended up having to refund people. So I hope everybody followed by example.
Look at that. Central setting the example. The bar.
Raise the bar, baby.
Y'all gotta follow.
Yeah, but so then I started seeing all these people, like they're successful, and like that's basically any type of business model you should follow, especially if you're doing so, whether it be fucking mechanics, computer science, fucking art, or anything in that criteria. Obviously look at people, what they're doing in their craft, and see how they worked and try to make it your own. So for me, it was like kind of seeing the whole like hair shit, like say J Balvin, Maluma, Bad Bunny fucking dye their hair, and I was like, yo, that's dope. And nobody in fucking Miami does that, because
that wave is crazy.
Yeah, because bro,
nobody did that.
You gotta be brave.
Because bro, look, I don't want to sound kind of arrogant in this sense, but like, bro, when I started dyeing my hair, I started seeing so many people dye their hair. It was so fucking funny to me.
Man, you arrogant as shit.
And fuck, I don't give a fuck. Give me that time, bro.
Yeah. On a side note, when I saw you first color your hair, I was like, what
to
the
be honest,
fuck is season
yeah,
What's going on?
Everybody was telling me. Everybody was like, yo, what are you going through? And I was like, no.
What are you going through?
And like, yo, if you've known me for a long time, I've always been into like crazy color shit. My car was a fucking booger green at a point in time.
It was
Oh yeah, bro. I remember that little Genesis.
Like, my shit was a blue or burgundy, like a matte black.
His shit parked, like if he parked in, if you look at the Relay parking lot, the first thing you're gonna see,
Caesar's in school.
I was there.
The first that burgundy one was clean.
Like, bro, fucking
that.
like I took it into perspective.
Burgundy was tough.
Yeah, like I took it into perspective. Like I would get fucking pictures of my car. Like I would be like at Costco and people send me pictures of my car. Like, yo, people notice.
Man, that's pretty bad.
No, they knew you. When they see the green Jenny, the plastic dip, they're like, ah.
Yeah, they knew it was me. I either get DM'd or I get a text message. Like to me, that was pretty dope. So I kind of look at it in that aspect of like, yo, like if I start doing this, obviously people are gonna separate me from like the other people.
From the crowd.
Bro, like not for nothing,
man.
everybody in fucking Miami at the point in time when I started, it was starting to become a thing where like, yo, everybody wants to be a promoter. And like, yeah, again, I come from like this present time and I know people, the old heads that have been doing this for years, everybody wants to be a fucking promoter as well. But the thing is, like I said earlier in the last episode, this shit is so looked down upon. It's like, yo, it's not a fucking real job.
A lot of people look at it and they're like, it's some easy shit. All they're doing is getting drunk and making
I remember
money.
you were gonna get into like the behind the scenes, like what it really is like being a promoter.
Like, yeah,
what people
it's
don't
more.
see.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
They always make fun of it. It's either the promoters or the Manat girls.
hey, yo, shout out to Monet girls. Fucking put the explosion sound real quick. Shout out to Monet girls
right here. Let's get another
Shout out to Monet girls. Don't
You guys are something else, bro.
go through the slander, baby. You'll make it. Just don't. Get your money. Get your money.
You're not alone. Promoters in the same boat, man.
Trust me, I went through that same phase before I became a manager at Central, man. Trust me, it's all good. It's all
There you
good.
go.
Ain't no shame in it. Ain't no shame in it.
In this podcast, we support anybody out there chasing the bag.
Exactly. You're doing
Yeah,
something
bro.
different. That's what's important.
I like what a lot of people don't realize is like in nightlife, especially in Miami, it's so fucking abundant. Like we're known for that. Like, people
Of
come,
course, yeah.
people
Who
come-
comes to Miami not to party?
Yeah, people come here to have a fucking like good ass time, you know. Like
Great
people come
time.
to vacation. Like there's fucking memes
Yeah,
of like,
literally.
oh girl, babe, I'm going to fucking Miami with the girls for the weekend.
Nah, it's
Guy, yeah, you thought like,
We're over.
that-
Like,
there's
that's not happening. That's not
there's a
done.
reason why as to why that's a thing. You get me? So it's like not something that people aren't aware of.
Yeah.
But like for me, an example, like whether it be in Miami or compared to fucking like, let's say Virginia. Being a promoter in Virginia is nowhere compared to being a promoter in Miami.
What are you doing in Virginia?
Yeah, yeah,
Shout out to
exactly.
Zebby listening. You in Virginia, man. Congrats on graduating.
Because
And
usually
then you whip.
And then you whip.
Okay, Zeb, you got a new whip?
Yeah, that 20.
Hey, shout out my man on the new whip. Go crazy.
Go crazy with
Sound
it, bro.
effect.
I got you.
Drop it. There you go.
I got you.
But yeah, like compared to like a small town like anywhere in Virginia or like Miami, like there places like that only have X amount of spots that are like popping. You get me? Like for example, FSU. I can name a couple places that I've been to when I went up there. Fucking like pop.
FSU was just bar hopping like crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Coliseum. Like there was only like 5 places people go party to. In Miami, it's like every
Everywhere.
fucking man for himself. Like there's everything to do.
Yeah,
So for you to bring somebody fucking out to a place, you gotta really make a fucking statement.
Make a statement.
Because bro, you, literally like whatever you find at the fucking corner of the fucking street, you're gonna find it at the other corner of the street. That's literally what Wynwood is. That's literally what Wynwood is. So at the end of the day, you kind of you gotta have to leave your footprint on the concrete and be like, yo, this is what the fuck we are, and that's what we did at Central. And not for nothing, like we've only been open for so long. It's gonna be 2 years this September coming now.
It's only been 2 years. You guys have
That's
opened?
it?
Only been 2 years.
That was like 3 or 4 already.
Major shout out to you and your team, bro.
Holy
We fucking
shit.
like we made a huge.
And what
statement.
about you mentioning Racket was closing down? How long were they open for?
No, I mean we're not 100%, but I mean chances are they might because of fucking
Corona.
all
Corona's
this shit.
fucked everybody's
Yeah, Corona
pocket.
fucked everything up, dog. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But how long were they?
I know
open
for clubs, restaurants,
open for-
stuff like that, like Corona's fucked y'all
Yeah,
for like
Racket's been open for almost fucking like 4 or 5 years.
It's been a
like,
while,
bro,
yeah.
like so many places in
Damn.
Wynwood are fucking closing down just because
it
of the fact
sucks.
that like landlords are not willing to be lenient at all because at the end of the day they were there before us and they just want bread.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they want.
And all respect to them, they don't give a fuck about a whole bunch of fucking drunk ass teenagers fucking getting drunk as shit. Like, you get me? Like,
Yeah.
I'm fucking in my mid-20s trying to have a good time. They're in their fucking 40s trying to
don't
secure a
give a
bag.
Trying to
for
secure
their
the
teens.
bag and
They don't give a
So
fuck. They're not doing
It's
that.
like, yo,
Exactly.
if you're not paying my rent, all right, the first logical thing is
It's like
to find
kind of
another tenant.
useless.
So my argument to that is like, all right, we can't pay your rent, but find somebody else that's gonna provide enough stable income for you guys. You get me? Like,
Yeah.
that's always gonna be an argument in Wynwood because, bro, it's honestly make it or break it. Because I've been there. I've been in Wynwood for almost 3 years now, 3.5 about to be. And I've seen so many small businesses close and open, close and open, close and open. And like sometimes it's like the
God
same.
damn.
the
Yeah, I've
same
seen it too. Yeah.
it's
like the same people?
Same people too. They just try to have fucking another idea, like, yo, maybe this shit'll work.
Nope.
And that's like fucking old heads that fucking have bread, and it's just
Yeah,
like,
I was about to say that. Yeah.
It's like,
It's like
when you
the
have-
saying, like you're just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks.
yeah, exactly. It's like fucking playing darts and seeing which dart ends up fucking sticking. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you go. Better one.
So yeah, so it's like, I mean, thankfully, thank God, like I'm part of a great family, and we have a fucking great demographic.
And you
we have a
guys
great
seem
model.
like that from the outside.
Yeah, we have a it's a family, bro. Like I go there and like I feel more at home than I do in my fucking apartment.
No, yeah, I've seen
Like,
you
it's
guys'
crazy.
like tweets, like your IG posts and stuff. Like, yo, it just comes off as just like, oh yeah, brother, what's up, man?
Yeah, bro. Like I come from like Elevate, for example. Like initially, that was just me and fucking Steven. Like Steven Tofino, fuck nigga there on Twitter. Shout out my boy. That's like my brother to me because when we had first started, that was literally just me and him because we had the same business mindset mentality where we wouldn't really we would take things seriously, but only if it actually was necessary.
It would lead
for
to
us
something.
yeah, exactly.
That's worth it.
So then obviously there's people that are not like that become promoters and they look at it, yo, fuck this shit. I'm trying to get drunk and fuck these hoes.
They're
You know,
too
you guys
stuck
like, bro,
in
yeah,
thinking
yeah,
of
bro.
the moment rather than in
Yeah.
the future.
and like some people like
Those are the people like short-born.
yeah, so like as is any other fucking side job, like promoting never really comes to somebody as like, yo, let me make this like my main career. You get me? Because people usually go to like college for hospitality, which I had a minor in. I don't know if I mentioned that prior,
I think you
but
did.
I wanted to get in hospitality because, like I said, like the imprint that I make on somebody's head of like having a good time on a weekend and they bring it up like fucking years later means so much fucking much, like so much.
Oh
to
yeah,
me.
yeah. When they come up to you like, yo, bro.
Yeah, they're like, yo, remember fucking 8 years ago when you threw that
8 years ago, yeah.
I'm like 32 and shit.
It
I'm
was
like,
on
yo,
December
fuck.
13th, and I was like,
bro,
you
like
just
that.
sitting there like, on that night, yes.
yeah.
On that fateful
bro,
night.
I'm at my age now, and like I fucking hear people tell me about shit that I did like 6-7 years ago, and I'm like, yo, you fucking remember that? And they're like, yeah, bro. How the fuck am I not gonna remember that? I'm like, damn, it's crazy.
The
Man, love,
memories. You're welcome.
man, love.
That's crazy.
Anybody else need refills real quick?
Oh no.
Yeah, pull me up.
Oh, C just feeling the J Ray.
Hey yo, again.
Again.
Jamaican Gold Rum, baby. You can't
Smokey really want to be sponsored, man.
You can't go
I would love
wrong.
to be sponsored.
Smokey
by
really
Jerry,
wants
bro.
to be sponsored.
This is drinks from the roots right here.
That's what the J stands for, Jose.
I don't know if the camera can zoom in on
Jose
this,
Ray.
but I used to be on this during high school. It was the Appleton. It was an Appleton.
Bro,
brand.
you mentioned it like 5 times.
No, but I want them to.
One more time.
He's getting paid for this.
I'm trying to get the sponsorship, man. Yo, I grew up off of Appleton. Every high school party, it was Appleton. Shout out to my boy L.
Oh, Appleton. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Appleton.
Yo, you remember L with the little water guns that said
I will never forget that party, bro, because that party ended when Cheyenne's mom came home.
Oh yeah,
And
she's like,
yes,
can y'all get the hell out of my house?
Oh my fucking god!
I was out of
remember
town that week,
Caesar
I
was
remember.
I was there.
Caesar
Were you
was
there? Okay,
I do.
you remember
Caesar
that?
was there.
Yo, everybody
Thank
looked up
God
to the
I was
second
out of
floor.
town.
Like,
I didn't.
Yo, I
I'd have been
remember
scared
that.
as black.
That was when his mom was still living in that house too. Oh my god! Yo,
Yeah,
we
she
were
came
so
down.
young.
everybody looked up. We were like,
Yo, we all looked up and we were like, yo.
We were like,
this
all
bitch
right,
is
we're
silly.
leaving.
first off, when she get here.
Sorry.
Second off, oh fuck.
Yeah, I remember everybody was leaving. Shan was fucking busting his ass. Like, Mom, please don't fucking kick everybody out. Like, yo, it's a vibe right now.
Yeah, because the party was kicking. It was kicking.
Yeah, it was a fucking party.
I ended up walking to like the Denny's.
I remember.
When Denny's
Wait.
with them.
Was it your dad that picked me up for that one?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember.
that's
That was a good night. That was a good night.
Yeah, bro.
So what he was saying though originally was I had my boy L, and what basically he did was he filled up 2 toy water guns with Mad J Ray, and he was just going around everywhere. Oh, Appleton back then. He was going around everywhere like, yo, who wants a shot?
Yeah.
And he was just
Opening mouth.
Boy, that was crazy though.
Yeah.
Yo,
Oh man.
Hey,
shout out Jerry, got me feeling nice.
shout out
I'm
J.
telling you,
Ray.
it's the waviest drink on earth.
Yo, and this is
coming
straight.
from the
That's
home
crazy.
roots, Jamaica.
Hey yo, just remember me when you bring it up to Central. Like, yo, we should get J Ray.
Just remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. Reese is. He asked me for the link for this last time. I know he's gonna watch. Yo, Reese, we might need some J Ray for like our.
Hey,
house.
you heard it.
That's just
Yeah,
good,
you
man.
heard it.
Hey,
Yeah, that
Smoke,
J Ray.
man. Look at Smoke.
I'm
bro.
all about
J.
J
Ray.
Ray.
Smoke's
Hey.
promoting the product, bro.
I'm all about
Give this man a check, J. Ray.
Yeah, for real.
Give this man a
This
check.
is it right here, baby.
Just fire, kid.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not a beer drinker. If I'm gonna drink,
Yeah, me
I'm
neither.
gonna drink.
You
This
just
is
gotta
our
drink the
beer.
good beer, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I used to drink beer
Go
all the
ahead.
time, but you know what I'm saying.
All right.
Rewind back.
Good,
We back to the story. My bad.
Okay, all right.
Back to the main
We're
track.
back. We're back.
What were we talking about? God damn.
You just started.
Okay, so it was at Central. We talked about after the other clubs were closing down, and you guys
Oh,
were only
yeah,
2
yeah,
years
yeah.
in, and how you guys like flourished shit like that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
basically, I mean, bro, like I was saying in the last podcast, like you got to think about it this way, bro. Like you fucking type up Daddy Yankee music videos from like year 2000 and shit. Like
Gasolina.
that's the fucking vibe that we give everybody. And like you can't really find
Yes.
that everywhere else because, bro, unfortunately, like what people like to fucking do is they like to post up on the wall, have their drink, and then
I
try
got
to like
you.
grab a girl that's fucking
got
passing
you.
by. Yeah, exactly like that. So it's just like, yo, at that point, it's like, yo, why the fuck do you even come out, bro? You, like, yo, you don't understand what irks me, man. Like, there's sometimes
I know
where,
you be seeing that at the center. You're like, bro, why the
I bet, bro.
Yeah,
I
bro,
bet
like-
he's seen
bro.
everything.
I've seen, bro, I've fucking seen
man.
everything.
I
Like,
bet
bro,
you-
I was at Racket for a year, dude, and like, yeah, Racket had that, but man, we're Central was like twice as big.
No.
as Racket.
Central.
So,
I know from the videos. Like I said, I haven't popped my Central cherry yet. I haven't been to Central.
What, really?
Yeah, I haven't.
He
popped
hasn't.
it.
He hasn't went with
I
us.
haven't
So
gone yet.
we went
I've
like
passed
a week
by.
before that.
I remember
Yeah.
spending 6 minutes trying to get past the road. Like, yo, what the fuck? This shit is flooded.
we got a big ass line, baby.
I remember seeing like you're
lines
passing the
are-
building. You see the
The
zebra
lines-
stripes. You're like,
the
yo,
lines
what
are
the
OD,
fuck?
Be
bro.
wrapping around almost
Yeah.
towards Koyo.
Yeah, bro.
I remember
Shout out to Koyo,
It was a
man.
night that we went
shout out
to
to
Astro,
Koyo, bro.
and
Koyo's so
and we
good.
passed by. We were trying to get back to the main
Shout out to
road.
Koyo. The employees give me discounts because they know where I be at.
Oh yeah. Oh man, you lucky, bro. Them quesadillas smack. Oh man.
Hey man, it's Jerry got to you for real.
I fucked up. My bad. That's a party foul.
I was trying to see where the.
Hey man, just get a straw, man.
I
Ain't no
think
shame.
Henrito, aka Art Director's looking for
If you
some
pay
Nappy
$200 for that
Watkins.
bottle, then
Oh no, yo, if I
Yo,
pay
Smoke.
200, I gotta get all of this up.
But yeah, bro, fucking like I was saying, like we kind of created that vibe that
See in my
like,
bag for
a
any
lot
wipes.
of,
I think my bag should have some.
we kind of created that vibe for Wynwood because not only were we the type of venue to do that, but Dirty Rabbit and El Patio did that as well. And shout out to El Patio. I know the partners there and like they're mad cool. And like I was
Is Patio dead? Can you confirm that?
nah, it's not
Okay,
that, bro.
okay.
That's that.
Patio was
Patio-
Patio was pretty good, yeah.
Patio's a dope spot, bro. Like me and Steven, for example, we used to go there and spend like fucking a rack every fucking Sunday. Like it was crazy. Like yeah,
God
we-
damn, a
yeah,
rack on-
we were
God
fucking
damn.
we were going crazy.
You had a lot of them patio dollars, huh?
It's just like and like
Yeah,
bro,
the little vouchers that
The
they
little
give
voucher.
you.
They've had a lot of those.
and like and bro, again, like the reason why the place is so successful is because of the vibe that it fucking like excretes. Like, bro, you fucking hear the music in there and like, yo, like I want to go inside.
You want to go in there and dance.
Because, bro, it's like at the end of the day, you can hear the fucking same song at 5 different places, but the place that actually has the vibe inside of it, you're gonna be, yo, I want to be here just because I know the people that go here are going for the same reason I am. And it's like, it's a party. It's dope. Like, I want to be in a fucking 1998 fucking We Seen a Yandel music video. You get me?
Yeah.
So, like, that's the type of fucking party that I want to have. Fortunately, at Central, we've never had the fucking problem where it's been dead. Like, we've never had that problem.
Never. Bro, I've seen y'all lit still when it's fucking pouring rain. Everybody's out looking like Step Up Dance like 3, bro. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
They stand in the lines during the rain.
Yeah, during the rain.
They were like, yo, even with the rain, we still going. I'm like,
no raincoats either.
Yeah, you see them.
No umbrellas.
Yeah.
Dog, I'll never forget. There was a time that I think it was Miami Music Week last year. We had fucking, was it Mousetrap? Like the label. Like they were fucking like playing tech house, right? And it started fucking pouring. I think it was, don't take my word for it, but I know for a fact it was around that point in time where, bro, people were literally dancing in the fucking rain. Like it was crazy. Like
I remember seeing all the like, videos
dope.
and tweets and stuff. They were like, yo, we're not closing. We're like, bro, it's pouring.
Yo, and it's crazy because it was such a dope like the biggest problem we had that night was getting the DJ equipment not wet.
Oh yeah, the DJ was like, yo, I'm getting poured on.
Yo, we were tripping the fuck out. Like, yo, shout out Chris, DPP Chris on Twitter. Yo, yeah, he's like literally the fucking GOAT. Like, yo, I don't know how he does it. He will zoom from one end of the club to the other and make sure the sound system still fucking works. And
that's DJ. He's a ninja.
He's like basically, he's like the fucking manager that does everything at the club. Like at this point, he should be a partner.
When you see him walking around there, you're like, all right, yo, he's busy. Leave him alone.
Yeah, like bro, like I know Chris like on a personal level. I know Chris on work mode. Work mode, he's just like me. Like, yo, don't fuck with me at this point.
Yeah,
like if you ain't talk about money right now, I don't want to talk.
Don't even talk. Period. Hey, man,
he's in that tunnel vision mode.
People like that.
Yeah,
you gotta respect people like that.
You touched on something, and I want to kind of go back to it. You said, 5 different clubs playing like the same songs, but what has Centro and El Patio done that's made it stand out compared to these clubs?
Bro, no matter what, I don't care what anybody says, the DJs will make a club. You can have
DJs.
fucking 200 DJs, only 5 people that know how to DJ, that really know how to DJ, can make the fucking club. Because, so for example, in El Patio, shout out to DJ Power. He's probably like the guy that made Patio when I started going. And bro, mind you, I was going to Patio for like 2 years when I was like fucking 20 years old.
He's an old man.
I see 6-year-old. He's here with the machete. Like, yeah, I just killed the snake.
Beer turning gray.
Yeah, bro. Like I was fucking underage and shit, going to fucking Patio all the fucking time. Like, and like Power's been there this entire time. Like no matter what, bro, the guy fucking brings new music somehow, some way for X amount of years, and it's like, yo, dope every fucking time. Like it's fucking crazy.
Like you said, DJs, bro.
And
so
like,
DJs.
The reason what makes him so unique is the fact that he brings music from like other continents. Like he's actually, I forgot if he's Colombian or fucking whatever fucking place he's from, but he brings that culture down over here and he mixes it in. And like people obviously from Miami don't know what the fuck that shit is. So they hear this new noise and they're like, yo, this shit's dope. And guess who has that fucking leverage against every other venue in Wynwood? El Patio. No, Patio.
My bad.
Centro has its own sound. Don't get me wrong. But
definitely do.
Patio definitely has their own that has it good going for them. That's why they've been fucking alive for so long. And like obviously little things like fucking. I remember we went there for like our celebration for our 1-year anniversary, I believe it was, for our staff for Central. We went there, bro. We spent like crazy. I'm not gonna say the amount, but we could have bought like a fucking car.
You balled out.
And not just a car, fucking expensive ass car.
God damn.
Yeah, like it was a fucking movie. Like somebody was there popping bottles like in the main VIP. We came below him and like we took the thunder from him like crazy. Like he just left.
You're like,
after.
yo, you think you nice?
Yeah, literally. That's how it was. You're like, yo, you think you nice? All right, hold on. Let us show you real quick how big money boom is.
Really 20 bottles. And that's why he's called Casper. Snuck his ass in. Ain't nobody caught him.
Dog, no, it's funny. I was wearing a hoodie that day too. I was like,
oh my God, was it white?
It was
ain't gonna see me.
It was like a teal.
Oh, okay. Standing out
and
though.
it's funny because like we were having like our celebration with it for our 1-year anniversary, but we weren't planning to pop off that crazy. Like the night just went into that. Like it was
it just
like,
happened. You were like, damn, I gotta match his energy.
I'm just vibing and I just see 25 bottles going down.
Oh, you gotta match that
I
energy.
was like, yo, what the
God damn.
I don't know what the fuck going on.
20 bottles? Who the fuck? What's going on?
The record that we did was 28 bottles, kid. Like it was
What?
crazy. Like if Bro, if you look at my last Instagram post where I put it up, it's like at the 54th second or some shit. The reason why I remember that is because when I was editing it, I was like, yo, this shit was lit.
Bro.
Yo, it was crazy.
What are some major checks being dropped?
Yeah. After that, we went to a fucking 11. Bro, that day we
went to 11 after. Jesus
the fact
Christ.
how we're gonna top that off next year, I don't know how the fuck we're gonna do it. We're gonna have to like rent fucking a whole continent or some shit.
No, whole continent.
Like Wynwood has to be a block party at that point. Like,
I mean, it's type of block party every time you drive by there.
Yo,
The line's a block party.
Bro, exactly. Dude, I don't know if you
Get a DJ for the lines while you're at it.
bro. If you haven't seen
For the streets.
bro, if you didn't see us, but last year Halloween, yo, it was crazy. Like we had the entire 23rd Street just blocked off. Like it was nuts. Like we had,
crazy.
if you go to our like if I get my phone right now, but I'm on IG Live. Shout out to whoever's watching. I know people are going in and out, but fuck, whatever. So if you go on my Twitter or anybody in my team from Elevate's Twitter, like, and you go down to October 31st, yo, son, that's the craziest fucking picture I've ever seen in my life for a fucking venue in Wynwood. I've never seen that.
I do remember
Patio's not even had that.
The
before.
line literally was the road.
Yo, the line was literally the road, and like there was no cars. Cars couldn't get.
You
through.
couldn't, yeah.
And it was at such a point. I remember working that night, bro. Me and Steven were going fucking insane. We're like, yo, we're never doing this shit again. We're not doing VIP ever again. We're like, get people in. That's it, yo. Man, every man for himself. Like, I don't give a fuck. Bro, me and Steven and the team had like at least easily like 150 people, like fucking cluster fucked in like one section. And like usually we get a table. Usually we get a table and like we made the call eventually like, yo, we need to get the whole bleachers and like the fucking walkway.
We need reinforcements.
We need to break walls down.
And then I eventually talked to the partners like, yo, you guys cool with that? I'm like, yeah, we know how much fucking people you can bring. Like, yeah, do it. If you guys can do it, do it.
What is the capacity?
We did
essentially?
that and fucking more. A lot. It's
a
like,
lot?
yeah, it's a lot. I'm not going to say the exact
No,
number, but
yeah,
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
For legal reasons.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I get you.
Bro,
No, because I remember, I'm telling you, bro, like,
we're the biggest venue in Wynwood. So
I haven't gone in there, but every time I pass by,
Yeah.
it's a line that starts and just wraps around the corner.
wraps,
Like, bro, I'm not
like,
making that.
Yeah, bro. Like there's been times like where like aside from Halloween, there's been times where like people fucking come out like for an artist or whatever it may be, like or fucking like they Peligrosa Thursdays, what we're known for. Fucking,
And I still see the Twitters on it too, even
And
though
bro,
it's
it's like,
closed.
yo, none
I
of
still
these-
see it on Twitter.
Yeah, like none of these fucking people gotta go to work tomorrow. Fuck it.
Everybody's
whatever.
crushes be posting up on Peligroso.
Yeah,
And you'll be like,
bro.
yo, damn, she went to Central.
She
Yeah,
belongs to the
yo,
streets
she
now,
belongs to
man.
the streets now.
One of my
Goddamn streets, man.
Yo, one of my homegirls tweeted that the other day. She was like, "Yo, like if you go to Central, you're bound to run into your ex. Like it's so true.
Yes.
Like no matter what. Like,
Whoever you are in South Florida, if you go to Central, you're bound to run into like a reunion of like high school, like people like you knew and shit.
Oh, for sure.
It
For
is
sure.
the hot spot. It is the go-to spot.
bro, it's so funny because I've literally ran into every ex I've ever dated.
Oh, that's
Ever dated.
Hey, he
at
has to put the
Central.
microwave.
Hey, shout out to Bad Luck.
And like, it's not even bad. It's not even bad luck. I knew it was gonna come, but like a certain point in time, like I'd be at the front door.
But it was like a week after we opened it.
You see it in front of you, like, oh, yo, hide me.
I mean,
Nah, like I don't care. Like me personally, like, I don't care. Like whatever, I'm grown. You feel me? But like, I just be in the line. Like, why the fuck are you here? Like,
what brought you here? Hmm?
you know how many fucking other places?
You name all of them, it's like, yo, you could have gone that way, you could have gone that way, you could have gone that way.
Nah,
Maybe
but-
it was planned. It never
Yeah, like I always show love to everybody. Like I don't care. Like if I've had fucking bad history with you, at the end of the day, bro, like you're gonna spend money at the club, and that's my job. You feel me? So,
Yeah,
It's a
Sure.
business at the end of the day.
yeah, it's a business
personal.
at the end of the day. Like I never fucking let that bullshit petty shit like get in.
And yeah, exactly.
that's good,
You
that's
shouldn't.
good.
You shouldn't.
fucking
Yeah.
now if I see fucking like a certain girl, I'll be like,
But
But hey, yo, I'm gonna take a bathroom break.
remember that time 2 years ago when I took you to the beach and we had a picnic? Drunk as shit on duty.
You know, but that shit cost a nigga.
at South Point too.
At South Point.
South Point Beach.
Finding parking.
Yeah, paying for parking.
God damn. Security at my car and shit.
Fucking flashlight and
Hey,
shit.
yo, hold on. There's people walking by. Give me a second.
I don't give a
Ah, we back to it.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck me.
People walking around like, yo, why is that car shaking?
That shit got hydraulics. Don't worry, don't worry about it.
West Coast Customs.
I've literally been on both
Santos.
ends of the fucking stick. I've been that guy to be like, why is that car moving? I've been at, oh fuck, don't move.
Yo, don't move no more. Stop.
There's a cop. He's coming. He's passing.
Chill.
Nope, he's coming back.
Oh,
right, he's getting out
those
the car.
moments. And you just gotta look like Captain Save-A-Hole, like. We're good.
Yo, all you see is this dude in the back seat just.
Bro, I remember when I was like fucking like 15, 16 years old. I was like, bro, I had like first got my fucking first car. And like I was with a girl at like the Falls. And like in Miami, the Falls was like the spot to go to.
It's the go-to as a young
then, back then.
I remember hooking up with a girl like the fucking I think it was the Macy's or JC Penney side parking garage.
Oh, I thought you just said it in
my
Macy's.
car.
I'm like, wait.
Chill.
In the fitting room.
I've done that before too, but
Yo,
but bro, look,
I'm gonna take a break, bro.
like in the parking garage, I remember fucking
Falls.
like when you're fucking hooking up with somebody in the car, obviously if you don't have the AC on, the fucking windshield
Shit
gets
gets
smoky.
hot.
Yeah.
Like it's hot.
I type leave my car on now because of that.
What about your gas?
Bro, I
Your
remember-
electricity.
Yeah, you keep the AC on level 1.
I remember-
75
bro, I
degrees.
remember-
Pro tip. Crack
75.
the windows. Just crack
75, so it's
just a
not
little
too
bit.
much gas being used, but it's just enough to keep it cool.
Bro, I was like fucking 16. I just got my car like fucking a month before, and I was like, yeah, dog, I'm that guy. Like
I feel like that too at 16.
Every
Bro.
basic 16-year-old to get
Yeah,
a car.
Yeah,
Like,
good. Hey, that's true though. If you had a car in high school though, you were that.
shit.
You were that.
Yeah,
It could be
bro.
a beat up 98.
There's a
Honda,
Honda,
and you still the
And
shit.
there was one thing that like I would go back in high school and like redo is the fact like junior year I would have a fucking car.
If I had a car in high school, bro, I'd be the pimp of the year. Of the decade.
The pimp of the year.
yeah, bro, having a car was the wave on Mama. I remember homecoming party for what do you call it, Varela? We had not homecoming party, homecoming game.
okay.
If you go on YouTube and you search up what's this fucking thing called? If you look up
Wild Out?
was it? No, what was it? What were they called?
You got this, you got
There's
this.
two groups. There's two. It was OPB.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And then, you know we got it. There you go.
Is that what it is? Because I remember the groups. I remember it. I was.
Fuck with me, you know I got her. You know we got her. Some shit like that. If you look that up, you're literally gonna see me fucking doing like donuts and shit on fucking in the tropical park like fucking parking lot with the Genesis. And like
The
it was
green
just
Genesis.
like it was like bro like that was a circle at the time. It was like a fucking big ass group. We all had cars. We went to homecoming games. Yo, high school was the highlight of. Like,
I remember. Yo,
partying
you
my
parked in
life.
the section with like
Bro, we had
everybody
that
had Beamers and
whole
shit.
strip. Yo, I don't
Yes.
give a fuck. If you went to
yeah,
Verona,
Beamer,
I think Danny
yeah,
Cordova had a
Danny
Beamer.
Cordova had the
Yeah.
Beamer.
No, and
At that time.
Ernie got a fucking Beamer too. I'm like,
yes,
bro,
sir.
it's a
I
Beamer
remember.
gang.
I don't care what Ernie had the hard top.
Okay.
Ernie was a hard flex. He had a hard top. That was a nice. That was, he had a hard top.
You're like,
You
damn.
thought this was
Yeah.
a regular.
He came out of school at 220, pulled it up the hard top back, and he was like, all right, we're going to McDonald's. Who want to ride? Like, yo,
Big Mac's on
almost
me,
be at
baby girl.
McDonald's, baby.
He said, "I got
After
the
this,
Beamer,
we
but
play
we going to
Mac.
McDonald's, bro. We ain't going nowhere."
Not all number ones on me, baby.
I remember the first time like I got the Wendy's ice cream thing was when we all went to Wendy's. We squatted like six of
Yeah,
us.
bro. Nigga, there's been so many times where like we've been fucking like going crazy like after school, bro. Like senior skip day was fucking nuts. Like I remember there was this one time we all skipped and went to IHOP, and we all, mind you, my fucking apartment's not that big, and we went to my apartment and like I had like fucking 15 people there, and we
Is it the
skipped.
same one that I've been to?
Yeah, same
How
one.
did you fit 15?
Bro, I don't know, bro.
Big sardine can.
Yo,
Yeah, sardines, bro.
Yo, we fit 15 people in there, and in the middle of the whole thing going on, like there's music playing, people are playing Xbox. There's like two girls there, mad awkward, and we're like,
yo, what is search and destroy?
Yeah, I bet.
What is search and destroy?
yeah, and then in the middle
Come
of
here,
it,
find out, baby.
Let me show you how to use a controller. Sit right here.
Let me guide you.
This the analog stick right here. You know what I'm saying?
bro, and it was so funny.
Don't
Like,
press RT too soon.
bro, like in the middle of it, I was just like, yo, why the fuck are we all here in my apartment right now? And like we were just like, yo, we're cool as fuck, like we're skipping school. And I remember in the moment, like, yo, I would have rather had stayed at school. Like
Damn, I missed my second period right
This
now.
shit stink right now, bro.
and like I've only had probably, I think it was my sophomore year, probably, yeah. That I had like the shittiest classes. That's like when I went to junior, senior, I actually enjoyed school, even though I fucking hated it because I dropped out. You feel me? But we ain't gonna talk about that. We talked about it already.
Tune into part 1 if you haven't yet to hear about that,
That was part
story.
one. That was part one.
But yeah, bro, fucking literally my whole high school, like post college life, like everybody that saw me party, like they literally saw me grow into like what I am now. Like it's
Yes.
fucking hilarious. Like
I'm telling you.
you can literally vouch for me for yourself. Like I was trying to have my homegirl Diana come in today to like, cause she was the one that literally saw me from like going out to a place that I was like a fucking customer at to me actually fucking working there.
Bro, I'm
And
telling
then
you.
me being where I am now.
When my mom like saw one of your posts one time, like one of the more recent ones when you're a promoter now already,
Yeah.
she was like, "It's not the Caesar I know."
Yeah, bro, it's so funny. It's crazy because
two different Caesars,
bro. Like I've came across like I'm not really like as sad as it sounds. I'm not really close to my family. Like I treat more of my friends like as my family.
You're not alone.
So it's like So it's like it's so fucking funny because like I would hear like my mom or like my mom fucking tell me like, like they can't believe what you've turned into. I'm like, what the fuck did I turn into? Like I'm still the same person. I just
They can't believe what you turned into.
Yeah,
I can like be witness like from where you were from like senior year to where you are now. I would have never bet on it.
And literally, if you were to tell me when I was in my senior year, like even my first year of college, like I would have told you that you're fucking crazy.
No,
I'm never gonna work.
It's two different Caesars for folks that just met him. It's two different.
In high school,
Caesars.
it was Casper with a C. But after graduation, it was Casper with a K.
Hey, don't forget capital, motherfucker.
Capital goddamn Casper.
But like, if you were to go ahead and ask me 5 years ago, like, what are you going to be doing 5 years from now? And then
it wasn't club promoting.
It wasn't even club promoting, club management, fucking being in nightlife. Period.
I would have said architecture, something with art.
Yeah, like my initial plan was to.
Oh
do
yeah,
architecture.
that's right. Yeah,
my initial plan was to do architecture, but it was gonna take for so long. Like I know a girl. Her name's fucking Her name's Saskia. She does fucking architecture.
What's her name?
Her name's Saskia. She's
okay, I thought you said Sasuke.
Yeah. I'm like, Uchiha.
I'm like, yo, she's
Uchiha. No, but
like she's somebody that I've sat down and like have a conversation with. We were at Booze Garden one day, and like I got curious because like that was a career path that I always got interested in.
Yeah,
and like bro, it's a lot of fucking work, and
yes.
like I have a lot of respect for people that do it, and like unfortunately, I don't really have the fucking mental patience for that.
Yeah,
and like,
not
don't get me wrong, like
not alone
bro,
at all.
I was in AP art.
This is what he has patience for.
Yeah, so don't get me wrong, I'm a very creative person, but when it comes to like actually going ahead and laying something out, if like, how can I put it? I'm a person that like has so much going on in their head that it's so hard to put in words.
Okay.
If you were to go ahead and see me draw, if you were to see a live stream of me draw, you'd see that over time I'd get impatient with myself because I see the image in my mind.
Is that why isn't it here yet?
Yeah, exactly. And I can put it on paper. And I know I can put it on paper because I've done it before. Because there's a time that we had an assignment which was for us to get an art scholarship for college, and I was in my senior year in high school. When I submitted this, I was like, yo, fuck it, like I'm gonna try it, you know, so. I literally had 2 full rides to Full Sail University, which is fucking...
Full Sail?
Yo, that's
Full Sail.
In high school, I wanted to go there too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Until I got realistic.
It's expensive
yeah,
to
it's
go
expensive
there.
as fuck. I had a full ride for art for Full Sail,
wild.
and I had a full ride for Ringling in Sarasota. And I remember tweeting about it, and then Ringling literally tweeting me like, "We're glad to have you." And I was like, "Oh shit, like this is crazy." And like when I saw what I can do mentally when I actually dedicate and not be impatient or something.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, I see what I can do. But the thing is, like, bro, architecture is such a fucking,
it's
like,
very time.
It's very tedious.
Because
my cousin is one. Shout out to her.
One architecture's dream job is another mechanical engineer's nightmare. So imagine, like, you kind of have to make it realistic. Like, bro, I can fucking sit here and have a sketchbook right in front of me with you guys.
And draw,
yo, you want a 40-foot roof with no support? How the fuck am I supposed to do this?
I could do it on paper, but then when it comes to the actual mechanics of it, it's not.
It's like, it's just like, bro, I gotta put. How are they gonna do this? Construction workers are gonna die doing this shit.
I was like, yo, the roof will fall after a year.
The way my fucking mind works, dude, is like it goes a million ways in a second, and I guess that's kind of a blessing and a curse for somebody that's creative. Like that's kind of the reason why I steered away from art.
It's like ADHD.
I have like this kind of like self fucking hate. I'm like, why the fuck can't I just finish and just sit down? Which is called an artist block, and if you're a writer, it's called a writer's block. And like that usually has to do with tendencies of like your normal life and like things that have to change. Because like, for example, if you're going through like a depression phase or like fucking you're having like problems at work, you're never gonna be able to be creative because that type of aspect in your brain is not gonna be able.
That part of your brain.
Yeah,
it's not thinking like that right now.
Yeah, and like, bro, I think about that shit all the time because bro, I remember I used to sit in my room, open my sketchbook, and be like, I'll draw this, and I draw it. Now I look at my sketchbook and I'm like, yo, fuck this. Like I don't want to do this.
Because I remember you would post like pictures of like
about his art. Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah,
and people would be like, yo, you're gonna go somewhere with this, and I'm just like, nah, I know I'm not, because like
I feel that with
I don't have the
drawing.
patience for it. Like
he said, nah, not really.
Like you want me to do like Mona Lisa? I'm not doing that shit, bro.
Because I think the live ended.
Yeah,
gotta reboot it.
We rebooting?
Reboot that John right there.
We're trying to get back. Yeah, go ahead. Put us back on there, bro.
Go back and then go back to.
We're trying to beat Tory Lane's record.
Wait, you gotta wait until he goes back on, and then you feel me. All right, so back to what I was saying.
There's a process.
Yeah.
So like, I already came to the acceptance of like, I can't emphasize enough. Like, I'm so passionate about art. Like, you have no fucking idea. Like, I play piano and shit. Like, I love piano. But like, even if I were to sit in front of a keyboard today, like, I can't just have that process. And like, it's weird to explain it to somebody else.
No, I feel it completely. I'm about to get into mine right after you.
You kind of have story. You kind of have so much shit going on in your subconscious that like you don't really kind of have that
patience,
patience for you to be like
focus to just sit down and do some shit.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of difficult for me to be going ahead and drawing something again. Like, I can, if somebody tells me, "Yo, draw this something real quick," I'll do it like real quick. But before, bro, I used to take days
like,
on one piece of art. Like, I remember in one of the pieces that I submitted to the judgment for the scholarships, I did like a Django Fett.
I love
drawing.
that. Yeah.
I posted on my Instagram if you saw it. And bro, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I literally spent.
Me too, brother.
I spent like probably like 3 hours just shading the fucking like shoulder. Like, it was fucking ridiculous. Because like, bro, like when I get into it and I get really in depth into a drawing, I'm like, yo, like I need this to be perfect.
You become OCD.
And like, if you're an artist and you actually know how to draw, like there's something that we do, like you put it against like, because it's one perspective and another.
Yeah.
When you're an artist, you got to take into mind that it's one thing to look at it when it's right in your face, and another thing to look at it when it's actually on a wall. So it looks two completely different ways when you shade it on paper and when you shade it
when you see it. Especially how the lighting hits it, it's gonna be a whole different type of picture.
Like, yo, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah. So then, what was happening with me at that point? I was just like, yo, I'm gonna take my time with this, bro. It took me probably like 5 days, 6 days for me to get that piece done alone. And not for nothing, like I'm always gonna give credit where it's due to people that paint. But no matter what, granite, graphite, pencil, and tortillones, for example, those are some type of tools we use in art, basic tools, and that takes so much more etiquette and self-discipline because, bro, you'll lose your fucking mind. Like I know I've lost my mind fucking drawing pieces because I've been like, I have no patience for it. I'm like, yo, I need this shit to be done. And then I'll take a break and I'll be like, and I'll be back. And bro, like I have arthritis in my right hand for the sole reason that like I put so much pressure on the pencil.
Pinpoint.
Bro, like I'm like this. And like I have to remind myself over time, like, yo, relax. Like, I'm like just so into
writing
it.
a pencil like that. You're like, bro, calm down.
And I remember
tedious,
like being like, there was this girl that was such a badass dog. She was so fucking dope. I'll never forget. I don't remember her name to this point, but like her art made such an impact to me. Like she was so young and she literally drew like, if I'm looking at you right now, she'll draw you.
Oh, word?
One for one.
To our school?
1 for 1, yeah. 1 for 1. She literally would draw you. She would look at something that's in her peripheral.
How much does she charge?
Yeah, no, seriously.
No, if you're
I don't remember. She got me a Secret Santa. We had a Secret Santa in that class at like Christmas time, like before Christmas, because we had fucking 2 weeks off or whatever. She got me like a fucking like a toy car, and like to this day, I still keep it in my room just because of the fact of like how much respect I had for like in that art aspect. Because bro, I know how much discipline it takes because. Bro, you know what it is to fucking go ahead and look at somebody and make it 1-for-1 ratio on paper? Kid, that's crazy. And like, I can't expect people that
talent.
It takes talent.
Like
gift. The reason why I'm putting so much emphasis on it is because I'm such a big person on like having respect for people that have a huge patience and discipline for the craft. Like for me right now, it's me perfecting what I'm doing at Central. Like I like management. I like macromanagement. I like making sure that everything's on point. I like making sure that everything's like the party's going on well. There's no problems.
You're good at managing.
Yeah, exactly. So like I've always been that person alongside when I had the shops or like when I had fucking taking care of like a whole bunch of merchandisers when I was at Gold Coast, like telling me what to do and like shit like that. It's because
Gold Coast, yeah.
Remember that.
You weren't there for that part 1.
No, go ahead.
Not for nothing. Like I like making sure people go in the right direction because I wouldn't. When I had nobody in my life to fucking guide me through the process, I was like, damn, I wish somebody would help me out. Because unfortunately, a lot of people nowadays don't really know how to reach out and be like, hey, look, you think you can help me out with this?
It's a pride type of thing. And that's what breaks people down in businesses, especially
people are
in this
very
city.
prideful.
Prideful,
like,
really.
Why am I going to help this guy
people.
try to get on my level? Like, I'm already at this level.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like, in fucking nightlife, you can take it into so many aspects. Like, I've had fucking promoters come up to me now and be like, hey, yo, bro, like, you could give me a drink pass or two? Like, and I'll be like, yo, bro, like, I already gave you, like, this amount, but all right, bro, like, I know how it feels to be in your spot. You know, I'm gonna help you out this one time, but yo, next time try to like
do your own thing, bro.
Do your own thing and try to fucking manage yourself because I went through what you went through, but you're going through it so much easier because there was nobody like me to help you out. Yeah, so it's like, you know, give respect where it's due and give like, you know, give
Give people their flowers.
You have to earn your stripes, especially in nightlife. Like, bro, like when
Absolutely, I believe that.
like right now, when I first started Central, bro, it was fucking. I never got drink passes. We have drink passes now, like, bro, like we never fucking had that. Like, it's crazy to me because, bro, I'd be here with like fucking 40 people. I'd be like, all right, I got 2 bottles. Let's see how much I can fucking measure. All right, 2 ounces, 2 ounces of cranberry. 3
1
ice
shot
cubes
per person.
This is not lasting.
Bro, like-
2 bottles is not lasting for the people.
1 shot per person.
And somehow I made it work. Somehow I made it fucking work. And
2
like,
bottles?
Yeah, bro.
Were you doing
somehow.
waterfalls to everybody?
Hey man, that's what I. That's where that art comes in. That's that creativity, knowing how to measure that shit.
Yeah, but it's not
beforehand.
even about creativity. Sometimes you just gotta finesse, bro. Like you'd be at the table next door, and like, bro, like I'd be fucking pouring shots to like quote unquote shots to like the table next. But yo, what's good, bro? Blah blah. They're actually paying customers, but they don't know I fucking work there. So then fucking I'd be like, yo, let me get some shots. And right now they're drunk as shit. So they'll be like, all right, let's do it. So then
man.
they don't see shit. At the time when we had Old Central, it was dark as shit. So like I pretend to take the shot, but I still had fucking 4 shots in my hand. So I'd be like, all right, passing it out to the people on my table. I was like, yo, I finesse this guy. And I'd just be doing that over and over again somehow. So I'd always find a way.
Finessing like crazy,
Always
bro.
find a fucking way because, bro, at the end of the day, like obviously my relationship with Central wasn't as,
As solid as it is today.
instilled, as it is today, where I can like, ask for more. But
Yeah.
bro, like you gotta, like I said, like I'm such a big person, like earning your stripes, like bro, like I'm not gonna mention any names, but there's been people where I've came to Central, like they asked for an arm and a leg, and it's like, what did you do to deserve
that opportunity?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like when I go ahead and put you in my shoes, where I walked into Central not asking for anything, and I had very limited supplies, and I fucking applied it to my craft, and I made it fucking work. You can do it too.
Exactly.
You're not gonna fucking the person that asked for drink for you is not gonna fucking.
That's
die.
that self-entitlement shit.
Yeah.
So, what would you say to somebody who's watching this video and wants to become a promoter? What advice would you give them?
If you're gonna do it, bro, and you're looking at it as a side job, you're not gonna last long. Because if you're not in it for the long run, you're not gonna be passionate about it. And if you don't like taking care of people, and taking care of people is not your top priority, don't do it. Yeah. Because then you're just in it for the negative side of it, which is the girls,
the drinking,
the free drinks,
the life,
and getting paid on the
Just
side.
the glitz and glamour.
Yeah,
getting paid
It's
to party.
temporary.
Yeah, like if you're not in it for the actual hospitality business, then don't fucking do it.
Because like I know someone like you like you go out your way to make sure everybody
Bro,
around
you don't
is
understand. Like,
Gucci.
like, bro, I'll be pissed off at the end of the night. Like, I'll be fucking heated.
You were like, damn, yo, this one person wasn't drunk.
And like, it sucks to say this, but like, people know me as a grouch at work sometimes because, bro, like, it doesn't really show me because you guys know me personally on a personal level. Sometimes,
I can
but,
never
like,
see you as a grouch.
Yeah,
Me neither.
But the thing is, like, I take my work ethic so seriously that it gets to a point where people see me at work, they think it's like somebody that's like, yo, who the fuck is this guy?
Oh,
but the thing is, I'm actually, it's been a problem for me, like, especially at the beginning where I've gotten better at it. But like when I first started taking it seriously, obviously people see that and like, yo, fuck this guy, or whatever. But the thing is like, yo, I'm taking care of you guys. Like, just relax. Don't worry about me so much. Like, I'm not.
Because you're juggling different things, and people gotta understand
exactly.
that,
So
I'm always working.
It's like, look, like someone like you guys or like somebody else, for example, or me 5 years ago, will look at a promoting job and be like, yo, this guy's just fucking in it for the free drinks and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You get me? It's just party. And then still people look at me that say, yo, you don't have a real job. All you do is party. Like,
Unfortunately,
bro, I went to fucking Thanksgiving last year with my half sister, my half brother. My half brother literally said to me, he's like, "What job? Like, what are you talking about?" And I didn't say anything, but I was just like, I can't judge him for saying that because obviously from an outside perspective, you don't know really what goes on.
Right.
And I'll be honest, like I didn't think that either until after hearing this episode and the episode before that. I was like, holy shit, these guys really.
I caught on late.
a big
Late,
weight.
like
I'm the same.
Yeah,
I remember straight out of high school, like
really,
my view for promoters was like, yo, y'all are just getting drunk and getting paid.
that was my view too.
But-
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
After
like-
being 21, being out there and
Seeing
actually
you
seeing
guys
how
really put in some
seeing
hustle.
you specifically, like how you move and shit. I'm like, all right, no, there's actually an art to it.
And not for nothing, like there's such a big dark side of like the nightlife industry that a lot of people don't know about. And it's like people that take it seriously, they're gonna go through like episodes of like sadness, depression, because obviously you're gonna meet people that are just gonna take advantage of you for what you can provide, and people that only hit you up for when it becomes a benefit for you.
Yeah, exactly.
So then, obviously,
that's Miami.
How do you handle those people?
So yeah, man, there's so it's
I
either
know you handle it better than me because me, I would have been like, yo, fuck you.
Yeah, so like obviously it kind of conflicts with what you want to do because at the end of the day, it comes a time where like you want to help everybody, but then you see what people's true intentions are. But
exactly.
at the end of the day, them still coming helps you out. You get me? So you kind of have no choice.
You have to
but
kind of
be
try
like,
and balance it
you gotta
because they're
be-
still helping
some-
you in a
they
way,
dap
whether
you
they
up.
realize it or not.
Yeah, they dap you up. You know it's not true, but you just gotta play the part. You know, and then that's kind of something that you have to do now. You
Damn,
and,
You gotta learn.
and not for nothing, you gotta have fucking thick skin in this industry.
I believe that,
bro, like,
especially
I've-
in Wynwood.
bro, like, I've had-
Wynwood, Miami by itself, bro.
Like,
Like,
yeah, you're in
Yeah.
a business, right? You're an
I know you hear some
entrepreneurial
shit. You're like, all right, bro. I know
Yeah,
you're trying to insult me, but that didn't
Yeah,
hurt
bro.
me.
Like,
gotta just
yeah,
brush it
I've
off.
been at the front door, bro, and I've been fucking called cracker by like fucking.
Nah,
like,
imagine.
trying to-
Word?
Yeah, bro, crazy shit.
I imagine. Bro, think
Yeah,
about
like-
it. Think about somebody telling you you can't come into the club.
Man.
I've been
Come
called.
on,
Yo,
man.
I've been called a spick at the door, like crazy shit. I'm just laughing it off. I'm like,
You
oh,
see, that's why I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
work
I'm
brush
just.
it off.
You can't really think about it because one, the person might be drunk too. It's just like, yo, whatever. Like,
You see, that's why I can never work anything like that. Because
Yeah,
I'm
like-
one like, yo, the second you like say anything bad about me, like, all right, yo, fuck you, bro.
nah,
What
bro.
the fuck
like,
is good?
I'm the first person to go ahead and fucking jump into a fight for whatever reason. But like,
Oh no, if I see
when it
my
comes to
brothers
my
getting
job,
jumped, I'm in.
yeah, when it comes to my job, I take it very seriously. So it's like I know what comes
business
with,
first.
Yeah, I know what comes with the job. You get me? So
Yeah.
I don't really have.
Job first part.
I'm
of
able
it.
to separate my left side of my brain where it says, all right, jump in, to my right side of the brain saying, oh, yo, like calm down, like just let us.
That,
slide.
hey, that's great. Let's shout out to that one. 'cause
No, shout out.
that's a huge perk to have for anybody going into any type of
Patience.
business venture or
Yeah.
anything. Is just knowing how to separate your left half of your brain from the right half of your
I wish I
brain.
was better at it. I'm not. I'll tell you right now. Like, I'm the first person. Like, the second you tell me fuck you, all right,
Just
fuck
play him
you,
on
bro.
2K. Just play him on
Yeah,
2K. You'll
Play
see
him on
him.
2K, you'll see.
Yo, shit, like, yo, the second you call me out, bro, like, yo, what's good, bro? I'll fuck you up, bro. I'm not
Yeah.
playing with you, bro.
There was another topic that I was getting into, and it was like, basically, like you, basically going deeper into what I was talking about now. You start realizing like who your real friends are. Like, bro, when I first got into this business, like I was like, bro, when I was at Racket, I was doing 80 plus, 100 plus on guest list, and like Racket, I mean, not Racket, Central right now, I don't do guest list. I just fucking bring mad people. Always fucking.
They're like, yo, that
Yeah.
group right there, that's me.
I've been doing this fucking long enough where like people just fucking hit me up and like, yo, I'm gonna come out. Like it's dope. And like if I want to hit up a
That's
different
awesome.
crowd, like I
And I
just
know
make
that's
it
your
happen.
pocket. That's like, that's your
Yeah,
thing.
like if
That's
I,
actually a great accomplishment, man.
and like, what I really like about me, for example, is like I can hit up like a girl or a guy.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a girl, I can just hit her up and like she knows I'm not doing anything with bad intentions.
Yeah.
You get me? Because a lot of promoters just hit up girls sometimes, just try to get in their pants.
sleazy as
Fuck.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, the sleazy. And like I've had so many girls hit me up like, yo, I like hanging out with you because you don't try anything with me. And like,
That's
unfortunately, like that's how this business is, bro. People take advantage of the power that they have. And like, you know what?
And that's why the bad name comes to promoters.
That's where the bad name comes from and it derives from. And but there's some good cops and there's bad cops. You get me?
Yes.
So
All right,
it,
yes,
it,
there
it
you go.
happens.
Good
100%.
example, Good example.
So like I was saying, like when you start getting deeper into it, you start taking this industry a lot more seriously. You start seeing a lot of like shitty sides of people, bro. Like it really sucks.
And
But
it sucks. It
I went
sucks
through
every
my
time.
bro. I can tell you, like I went through my phase of depression where like I was like, damn, I thought these were like my peoples. You know what I'm saying? Like they fucking like yo, why you acting different? Blah blah blah. Like
Yeah,
you know,
it's like, why are you changing up? on
So
me?
when I went from promoter to actually having like some type of real responsibility,
Yeah,
at
some real, like-
it was more of like, why aren't you this party person anymore? Why are you so stuck up? It was like, yo, like my mindset's not where I was. Like I'm not that party person. Like don't get me wrong, I'll still party with you.
yeah.
But you gotta kind of understand, like I'm not gonna
At the end of
fucking
the day,
be
this
party
is your job.
all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
time.
It's
It's
got
more- you're at a higher level now.
Yeah,
So it
like,
comes
you
more-
have
yeah,
other responsibilities. Like, yo, I can't just sit here and get drunk with you all night. Like, I
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
go take
Like
care
at
of
the end
shit.
of the day, like this is a fucking job. Like,
Yeah.
And not for nothing, in the nightclub business and in the nightlife business, yo, we make an obnoxious amount of money for what we do. Like it's stupid. And like
And
people
it's for
talk
good reason. You guys are number
and
one.
like, yo,
on
shout out to all the bottle girls out there. Like they get the most fucking hate, but literally they make like
No, I
some
have
of them
the-
make six figures.
I have
Put
the
it that
most
way.
respect for bottle girls. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
yo,
a lot of-
you didn't have to do that much. You're like, most people would consider bottle girls like, oh, they're strippers. I'm like, no, bro.
No.
How?
Yeah, they bro, they just come and
They're just bringing you
It's a
bottles.
good
and
bro.
if,
showcase.
and if they're a good bottle girl, like they come, they take care of you. Like it's having like a good
They're a
waiter
good
at a
vibe.
restaurant or a good waitress at a restaurant. It's the same
Yeah,
concept.
yeah.
It's just unfortunately you're in a fucking nightclub. They're fucking
people-
half naked,
they won't
but I get the
perceive
label.
it that way.
You know,
I get
under that uniform, there's a fucking human being. You
Yeah,
get
of
me?
course. I never judge people
Yes.
because, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. It's the job. It's the uniform. I get it. I'd rather care about your personality, like who you are really and shit.
Yeah.
So like going into it, like I remember first diving into the whole thing. I was just like, damn, yo, like I started seeing a lot of people that I consider close, like drift away because of the fact that
Word?
I wasn't, yeah, bro, crazy. I'd go into it being like, yeah, yo, these people don't really fuck with me. And like, I'm a huge person. Like I grew up in and out of
Loyalty.
Miami, Jersey, Miami. So it's like my family is my friends. So obviously it took it very like close to
Yeah.
heart when people would be
Yes.
like, yo, like,
I feel you 100.
They stop hitting me up or
You
something.
have that
like
East Coast mentality, so it's more like
so it was
knit.
That's my mentality right there.
it was kind of weird for me. So then obviously it got to a point where I started trying to analyzing the situation and being like, all right, so what am I doing wrong? I started putting the blame on myself.
Yeah.
Never,
So
bro.
if you go into this industry and you talk to a lot of people that are successful, they're gonna tell you the same exact thing. They're gonna be like, I saw the same shit. Like one of the people that
The
consider
hate's coming.
one of the people that exactly. So one of the people that I consider one of my mentors, I consider him like one of my big brothers. He literally sat me down once when I was at brunch and like, bro, like I was going through it this day like crazy. Like I literally started fucking like tearing up and shit. Like while he was talking to me, like, yo, he was just spitting knowledge. He was just telling me, he's like, yo, like it's gonna happen. Like what you're going through, I went through. And the reason why you're going through is because you started seeing the real side of people. You started seeing like, yo, once you level, exactly. Once you level up,
People hate.
and once you level up, your circle gets smaller. And like I couldn't really come to terms with that because
It's sad, you know.
It's
not even that
heartbreaking,
sad.
bro. Because it's like, yo, I've known you since like 6th grade. How are you gonna?
And
switch
you
up
would
on me
expect
like
them to
this?
rejoice in your successes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
like
I want to try and level with you.
I would
Instead, they're looking like, oh, fuck
yeah, like
this guy.
if
This
I've known
guy's
you
a
from
terror.
way back then, like middle school, high school, like,
Yeah.
bro, I wouldn't expect you to come at me on like, oh, yo, you're wasting your fucking time. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
but exactly. You see, the problem is, especially with Knife, is that people that come out, they want you to be the party guy because they knew you as the party guy. But once they see you being something else than the party guy, they're like, all right, like what's going on?
Yeah, like
You feel
you're.
me?
Oh, okay.
And like I remember
They use you to their benefit, and
Yeah.
once that benefit is over,
that's dead.
basically,
That's dead.
And
That's
like
dead.
I remember,
It's wrong.
I remember seeing this at a point in time. Like it's called closing the gap, and basically what it is, it's like once you start growing. For example, fuck, gotta put the mic out the way. So like basically, this is you, and these are your friends, right?
Yeah.
So once you start growing, obviously the gap gets bigger.
Always.
So at that point in time, what do you gotta do to close the gap? It's either you come back down, or your friends come up with you.
Come on.
So
Hey,
that's-
Always stay up.
So you always, it's either making the
Drop
sacrifice.
that one. That was great.
It's either making the sacrifice.
I'll make the sacrifice 100 times. bro.
Exactly, but some people can't come to terms with that. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I was at a point where I was like, damn, like, do I want to lose all the people? I was like, nah, I'm gonna be real with
You
myself.
shouldn't, bro.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I want to be
For
real
me,
with
look,
myself.
if I had to get to this level up, if you don't fuck with me at this level up, obviously you never fuck
They're
with
not
me when I was
worth it.
down here.
And I agree with
That's
I'm
the way I
same
look
way.
at it.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that's
if
how
you-
we all think.
If you can't support me when I'm here, what the fuck do you, or how you support me when I'm here?
You're
then?
not reaching down.
Like you should
Exactly.
support me
Yeah.
the whole way. If I'm here, you support me.
And bro, like, not for nothing, like I was in a million group chats. And like there was one night that I had a really deep conversation with myself. Where I was like, yo, I gotta like separate myself from people that don't view me in the way that I view them.
fakes.
So I literally wrote a little paragraph. I was like, yo, look, I fuck with you all my love, but like I'm gonna start doing things like, you know, I'm a little bit more focused on what my career is. I can't be letting all these group chats get in the way of what I'm thinking, blah, blah, blah. I still love y'all. If y'all need me, just hit me up. Obviously, like,
that's-
I still fuck with them and shit, but like, they're not there for my best interest.
You're held
I
back
respect
on.
that.
There's-
That's some big respect right there.
That takes it takes
That
a toll on
hard.
you because I know
takes
like
heart
you-
to
you're
do
a per-
something like that.
You're like
It's
me.
like you're
like
breaking
a
up
people
with
per-
somebody.
That takes heart, but you
It's
did
just
it in
like,
such
damn,
a
bro, I
mature
fucked
way,
with you hard.
and you still kept that door open if they're mature enough to still walk through it, and that takes a lot of respect.
A
So,
lot.
I gotta give respect.
You have to
for
be
that.
like
That's
you have
huge.
to.
That's big to do that.
It's just weird, bro. I feel you though. I know exactly what
That's
you're
big,
talking
bro.
about.
do
Like,
that.
if you take this whole thing seriously, bro, there's gonna be obstacles that you gotta come across, and it's very difficult. And thankfully, like I had certain people that were there for me in that moment because,
Yeah.
bro, like there was times where I was like, yo, like I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Like I was going fucking crazy. There's
No, of
times where
course.
like I hit to a point where I was like, yo, I don't want to be here, like because my friends are my everything. So if I felt alone, I was like, yo, obviously, like, what the
what am
fuck
I
is my
doing?
purpose? Like,
Yeah.
exactly.
I get that.
So then obviously when I finally decided to open up about people, about, yo, like, why is this happening to me? I thought I was doing everything right. Like I made people happy.
You
And
thought you were
if-
in the wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I thought I was in the wrong. I was like, yo, I'm doing my job, but then now I'm trying to better myself. Why are people criticizing me for being myself and trying to make my own happiness? You get me? Because I used to find my happiness in other people's happiness.
Yes.
So then obviously I sat down with people, they told me, and then, you know, I eventually got through that. But I feel like every successful nightlife person, just for
Yeah.
the sole fact that people can easily take advantage of you, it's so abundant in that happening.
And
in your
it's
life.
sad.
And it's sad, but a lot of people don't know that when it comes to this job,
Yeah.
which sucks.
It's a toll to carry.
Yeah, you would think the opposite, honestly.
Again, like I told you, bro, like I couldn't do it, bro. Like I'm very quick, like, bro, the second you tell me, fuck you, all right, nigga, yo, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like you see on social media, like we look carefree. We look like we have no problem.
No, you guys look like a family who just doesn't care. You guys are doing your thing, getting money, doing what you have to do.
You're looking at it from in depth. Like if you're looking at it from somebody that just know me like from a distance, and they say and they see my Instagram stories, or I'm fucking chugging a ball or something shit like that. Like don't get me wrong,
everything's all gravy and good.
Yeah,
but
like don't get me wrong. Like I had my metamorphosis from when I first started Racket and when I'm at Central now. Like my mentality are two completely fucking different spectrums now.
and that's how it should be.
Yeah, because bro,
Grew
like
up.
there's something that I call the loop, and a lot of people
Tell us about this loop.
Yeah, so in the promoter aspect of this job section, promoter, you fall into something that's called the loop. So obviously there's a loop, right? And then for you to get out the loop, you got to slingshot yourself out. And then you go back into the normal way of things. So the loop is free alcohol, girls coming to you all the time, especially if you're a good-looking guy. If you're a good-looking guy, it's even worse. And not for nothing, I know I'm a fucking good-looking guy. It happened to me.
Shit, boy.
It happened to me. It happened to me, and then like
smoke, bro.
once you start,
smoke's praying.
Once you start,
I love the confidence, bro. Keep it.
Because so look, put it this way. So like you go to a club and you see the bottles are like $500, $1,000.
Yeah,
you're getting it for free as a promoter. Well, you got to pay to tip to the girls, but it's nowhere fucking near where you got to pay for the price.
But you still pay though.
So obviously, when you bring all these girls, you bring all these guys, and everybody's coming to party with you.
Yeah.
What do you feel like? You feel like you're on top of the world.
You feel like Hugh Hefner.
Yeah,
Miami
that
edition.
ego kicks in. Yeah, you feel like the fucking man. So like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I went through that whole phase. I'm gonna sit.
Imagine sitting in VIP, seeing like 3 fucking sparklers.
I'll be walking around in a
like,
Ralph Lauren bathrobe.
Everybody's looking at you in the club, and they're thinking like, "Yo, this guy's a shit."
Yo, table 20's popping right now.
Yeah, especially the fucking DJs fucking shouting you out. You're like, "Yo, like,
I feel on top of the world.
That's when you get all the birds coming up to you like, "Yo, let me get into free."
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like when I first started, like at that point in time, like bro, obviously like, I was still in a relationship at this point, but like I never really let it get in.
Yeah, I must have been hard as shit.
It was difficult in the sense of like I kind of put my job in front of my relationship first because I wanted to be successful in this.
Yeah,
but like as much as
but it hurts a relationship.
Yeah, of course, no matter what. But the euphoria that you get from fucking feeding that way in the beginning of your career in this industry, it kind of overshadows what your relationship is because it's, bro, I'm telling you, attention, no matter what anybody tells me, it's a fucking drug. Reason why girls fucking are Instagram always posting pictures and they're not getting paid for it. What is it? It's for fucking attention. Attention is nice. I can't fucking sit here and tell you and lie to your face and be like, yo, at the beginning of my fucking career when I fucking started this whole nightlife shit, nigga, attention was everything to me. It was. I felt like that, dude. Now I don't give a fuck.
No, you're just
whatever.
Like, all right, fuck it.
Like, it's cool. The only reason why I came up with the whole Casper persona is because I knew it was gonna benefit me in the long run because I'm separating myself from the whole bunch.
Yes.
You get me? Because not everybody's gonna fucking dye their hair pink. I dyed my hair pink God knows how many fucking times.
A
whole bunch of guys.
That goes a long way.
It takes a lot because like I wouldn't dye my hair pink.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, like
black probably.
When I first dyed my hair blonde, a whole bunch of dudes dyed their hair blonde. Next week it was gone.
You were just sitting there, just like
yeah. Took out the hat. Really, bro?
Like,
really?
Yeah.
Really?
So once I did blonde,
Mine is blonder than yours, bro.
Once I did blonde, I was like, all right, let me go blue. Let me see you go blue.
He DMs Bad Bunny.
Nobody went blue. Nobody went blue. Nobody went blue.
My man kept track.
I mean, you crossed the line right there.
And
you were
shout out to It's Duze. He's the DJ that he actually inspired me to go ahead and go full circle with it because his hairdresser was the one. His first hairdresser was the one that made me. He's the one that recommended me to her. So then that's why I was like, yo, I fuck with this. So shout out to Duza. Josh, you my dog. I appreciate you. You made a huge monumental decision for me. But yeah, bro, like I was saying, like the whole thing with like real friends and like fake friends, like it sucks, but it's unfortunate. It's kind of something you got to go through in this industry, especially if you're very prominent in it and you take it very seriously.
It hurts.
So like, yeah, it hurts, but bro, it sucks. Especially when you're in a relationship. Like, unfortunately, mine didn't last, but like, obviously, there's gonna be some type of silver lining in it.
Exactly.
Like, fortunately for me, like I grew out of that mentality and I am where I am now. Because if you didn't grow up from it, you're stuck in the loop.
Yes.
Like I said. So I slingshot on my way out of it. And bro, like
I can only imagine like juggling a relationship while being a promoter at the same
bro,
time. I already know the females already looking at you
bro,
like,
that's big temptation
yeah,
times
bro,
11.
there's always going to be
Exactly.
temptation, and like it takes the bigger man to not do anything. And thankfully, like I never like fully fucking like gave into it. I might have like fucking done something stupid once or twice, but it's never been substantial enough for me to be like, yo, like I fucked up like fucking royally.
right.
You get me? So, for example, fuck, where was I going with this? When you get slingshotted out of the loop, that's a point in time where you kind of, I felt, me personally, where I had a responsibility to like try to see if I can have these new guys not fall into that same shit, because I don't want anybody to go in the same shit. So I had somebody that we worked with, and like, bro, like he was fucking like roller coaster, dog. Like
It was bad.
it was bad. And then eventually it came to a point like where he was so stuck in the loop where I had to step in, like, yo, like I gotta get rid of you, dog. Like you can't be here anymore because you're gonna fucking kill yourself. Like that's how
Holy
deadly
shit.
that's how deadly the loop can be if you don't take this job seriously. Because if you look at it and you just take it for the fun,
get carried away.
You're gonna get carried away and you're gonna fucking die. There's been people in this industry where they get carried away and they fucking overdose on fucking cocaine, overdose on rolls, overdose on fucking
You got to be smart,
Alcohol.
bro. You got to move
It's
and
smart.
shit like
thin
that.
tightrope you're
Yeah,
walking on.
and it's sad, but like I can't lie to fucking sit here and lie to you. Like I never went through that, bro. I went through the same shit. I almost fucking
I'm sure you were offered all
yeah,
of this shit.
yeah. And I'm not gonna lie. I say or tell you again, like I'm not gonna tell you I never said no. Obviously, there's been times where I said yes, but it's because of the industries that I was in, and I was like, yo, this is dope. Like fuck it. At the time, I was like, yo, this is a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Like I've never felt this before, so obviously this new type of emotion that I'm feeling in my head, you want to keep doing it. It's a drug. So you come into it, and then eventually got to a point where I had to subtract myself because I was like, all right, let me take this guy's experience from what I saw, the reason why I got rid of him, let me not turn into that. You get me? So it was affecting like everything, bro. Like I was
imagine.
fucking like acting so weird sometimes, like fucking like mad weird, and I was just always thinking about like the next fucking high, or I guess you could say, like what I need a new emotion to feel because this is not enough for me. So
you were chasing the high.
yeah, basically I was chasing a high, whether it would have been off of drugs or whether it would have been off of like somebody giving me that emotion,
Yes,
like love or some shit like that. It always went
Chasing
back.
emotions is the
Yeah,
worst.
it always went back down to a point of me being like, yo, I gotta relax because yo, like unfortunately, people die from this shit every day. Like I've known people that we went to high school with and they fucking died over this shit. And it's crazy, and I don't want to be part of that list.
I would hate
Yeah.
to see you on
That
that
would
list,
be-
bro.
Yeah, exactly. So then obviously, thank God over time, like I disciplined myself and like I subtracted it, and like people obviously fucking still offer me this whole thing, like whether it be fucking this or this or that. But like, like yo, do that, but like yo, do it with caution. Because
yes.
you're here as a customer, but when you do it for somebody that does your shit every day, guess what's happening, bro? I'm fucking stressed out. The nightlife industry, not for nothing, if you really know what goes down in this whole thing,
I know
it's
you guys
not-
are stressed.
Yo,
It
bro,
happens.
there's been
Yeah, for sure.
there's
Bro,
been
you're
days.
managing an entire club of
There's fucking
multiple people.
Bro,
And
there's-
you're in Miami.
There's fucking 800 plus people inside. There's another 1,000 out the door that we're waiting to come in. So imagine trying to deal
That's
with those
stressful,
people.
bro.
So and then
Christ.
you have to manage that with the fact that the 50, 100 plus people that came with you inside, and you have to go get drinks. You have to go get bottles. You have to go get drink passes. You gotta get somebody
That's a lot,
inside.
bro.
You have
That's a lot of juggling.
You have somebody that's above you in the hierarchy telling you, yo, you can't do this, you can't do that. But you're like, hey, look, can I do this? No, you can't do that. So it's like
You got to find your way around
so
it and still stay in the cut.
once you get to that point of stress, alcohol doesn't become enough. So when you're in this industry, it's like, yo, I need something to give me that type of sensation. So like, obviously for me, it got to that point where I was like, yo, I need something to like get my mind off of it. Okay. And like for me, there's certain things that got my mind off of it, and I got to that point. And then once there was a point where like I literally almost fucking killed myself, and I was like, all right, like I gotta relax. So
glad you relaxed.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, but like, it's harder and easier for other people. I'm only speaking it in the sense of like my own aspect because, for example, when you take somebody like me, for example, where you treat friends as your family and you take that friend out of the picture, what do I really have left? What do I have left? You get me? So it's just like I have myself. So what's going to give me that oomph that I need to like stay positive? What is everybody giving me? What is everybody providing me? So it's like, all right. So once I took that step back and I started like, all right, look, I got these people that care for me, blah, blah, blah. Like my job's the most important thing. And like, I got to stop being selfish in the aspect of like, you know what, this job is stressful, but I know what I signed myself up for. You get me? So I got to that point where I came to the realization. I was like, yo, I never want to put myself through that again. And I never want to have the mentality of like, yo, like I'm helpless. You get me?
Yeah.
So then like from that day forward, I always became like my kind of like drive to like, if anybody comes in the industry, leading back to your question, Stefan, it's like, if you want to get into this industry and you want to go full send and like you want to be in this, yo, you can make a lot of money, kid. You can make a lot of fucking money. I'm going to tell you a lot of fucking shit right now. There's people in this industry that are making that have been running Miami for 25 years ago. David Grutman, people the guy that runs at Mr. Jones, fucking Mokai. Bro, it's a lot of money. There's a lot of shit that you can do in this industry, but there's a lot of cons with it as well. It's not like nothing's ever sugars and rainbows in life.
Yeah, don't ever assume that something is easy.
It's always a cost for something.
There's mad shit you don't know about.
But it's good that you touched over on the pros and cons of the industry, especially in that.
Yeah, because of course, like as you know it as yourself, like people see promoters just like, yo, just getting drunk.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, like there are gonna be some promoters like that, but you know they're not taking the job seriously. Because not for nothing, like if you look at my resume and you see what I've done before, like, bro, like I came from a huge business background. Like I came from a mortgage office. I came from a realty office. I came from a dealership where
you build yourself
sales.
up.
I came from sales. So if you see me going ahead and doing nightlife, there has to be some
there's
type
a
of
hustle behind it. There's a
there's an underlying reason as to why
it transfers. It transfers.
It's not just
so
random shit.
now, if you see a fucking kid that's been working at fucking McDonald's, fucking doing absolutely nothing for like X amount of years, and you went back to nightlife, so it's like, all right, yeah, I see what this kid's doing. He's just doing it because it's fun to him.
You see the motive.
So you see the motive behind it. So it's not meant for everybody because, like I said, like you get caught in the loop, and the loop either takes over your life or it takes it literally.
It takes a strong mind to really navigate through all of those
Think about all those
to get to that sunshine.
The money, the women,
and that's
drugs, bro.
You're
bro,
doing
like,
life's biggest temptations,
bro. And it's like not even just that, like just not even just the drugs and shit. Like, bro, you meet so many people in this night. Like, bro, I've met drug dealers that have been caught in like 30 years. I've met people that fucking launder money. Like,
I know you make connects.
Yeah, they ask me like, oh, if I'm down for the fucking whatever. I'm like, yo, no, I thank you for the offer, but like,
I hear you, but chill.
That's like, big. That's good. Big. And you got your head on straight.
Like, obviously, there's the pros where like I meet fucking legitimate people that have made their money through legitimate processes.
Yes.
Like, one of my biggest clients at fucking Central, or like one of my friends more so, is the United States men's national soccer team. These guys come to party with us all the time whenever they're off season. They come with me. Those are my boys. Like, I fuck with them. I fuck with them heavy. They're my dogs. When I was at Racket, the Heat dancers used to come on.
Trying to get better. We trying to win champions.
Yeah. So then, like, I've met respectable people, and I've met people obviously that are more shady. But like, that's kind of the beauty of this business. You kind of get to see the reality of the world. You get me?
Yes.
Like, it's kind of a best of both worlds, and you kind of have to have a really strong mindset for you to be able to subside and actually,
like you said,
know how to navigate through both.
Yeah, you gotta
you
gotta navigate through everything, and you gotta be able to absorb what the reality of like life is. Like, bro, I fucking like overheard people like, yo, if this guy doesn't give me my fucking money for this bag of whatever, I'm gonna fucking kill him. Like crazy shit like that, bro. Like, damn, that's crazy, bro.
Like, where you wanna come in with this, bro?
Take this drink pass, bro. Drink it.
Take two. You might need it.
You calm your ass down.
Yeah, bro. It's like I can't even say anything. Like this industry has given me so many opportunities, like and like so many hookups, like, bro. You understand? Like before this, I was making money, but like I wasn't making enough fucking residual income to the point where I'll be paying off my bills and I have like a shitload of money left over, which I do like thankfully to Central. Central's like literally been my fucking like main substantial fucking money provider. And then when I was working at a fucking $1 million business, I was paying off bills and having like a fucking smidge of it.
You were still living off paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, and then like back to the whole friends topic.
Like,
back to like the whole friends topic. Like I was fucking buying like Supreme. Like I'm wearing fucking Supreme right now. Like
I pointed it out in the parking lot.
I wear Supreme and like Off-White and shit now. And like I remember fucking linking up with like old friends and shit, being like, oh, look at C's, he's buying fucking, he's wearing new shoes now. Like back then, bro, I used to wear like only fucking 3 pairs of shoes because unfortunately, like my bills were more important than my fucking aesthetic.
Your budget.
Yes.
So then that's another thing I was like, yo, these aren't my fucking real friends. Like, yeah, you're making fun of me, but this has become a recurring thing. I was like, yo, you never been my boy.
You're judging me off from materialistic things.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yo, like it feels good for me to wear shit like this because I never had the opportunity to do that back then. You get me?
Absolutely.
So like, shout out to
there's no wrong with that.
Yeah, shout out to Daily MIA. Like I used for like probably like 3-4 months, I used to go every Sunday and buy one Supreme shirt or one Off-White shirt or like fucking shoes or whatever the fuck it may be. And like I have a wide variety of Supreme and
Your
like
closet looking crazy now.
my closet looks dope. You get me? Like I have some shirts that I don't even wear out because I don't want to get them dirty at work. And like unfortunately, when I go out, I go to work.
Get fucked up. Damn.
So it's like,
bro, who poured this Hennessy on me?
bro, there's this.
Let me find out.
Yeah, there's this white off-white Nike collab shirt
tell
that
me
I
you got
have.
dirty, bro.
Bro, it got so fucked up one night at work that I can't even wear it anymore. It gets me so bad. I just have it.
Dude,
you know
that
that
must hurt, bro.
that one cabinet you have of like all the shirts that you don't use. It's there. And it hurts me seeing that
Yes.
because that show's like
God
$300
damn.
bucks.
You're like, yo, I'm only wearing this
Fuck.
because I know nothing can go wrong this night. No one's gonna fuck me,
Bro, and it's like I tried everything. I was like, yo, bleach this, that. Yo, nothing worked.
And I
I
didn't
was
even
like,
bleach. Oh, bleach
bro, it
doesn't
was
work. It's a
crazy.
wrap, man.
Yeah, that's done.
Bro, and it's like one of the
Yeah.
nicest shirts that I own, and I can't wear it out anymore because it looks like I ran through a fucking construction site. Like it's fucking horrible. Dude, it's horrible. So yeah,
Damn.
like back to that, like
I know exactly how you feel.
yeah, dog. Like
It happened to my champion shirt.
thankfully with this industry, like it provided me such a leeway for me to actually pursue shit that I actually like to enjoy. Like, bro, I love clothing. Before, like
I feel that.
I'd make money, but like I wouldn't be able to fucking.
Bro,
do
you were
it
still
anymore.
To
swagging in high
splurge
school.
enough. You made
Yeah.
enough to live, but not to really live. Like to survive, but not to live.
Yeah, exactly.
I get
You've
that.
always lived by your budget. Like I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah,
confirm
exactly. Like if I liked it, I'd buy it. And if it looked good, I mean, like whatever, I'd buy it. But you know what? Like what I really fucking wanted was fucking $150, $200. I couldn't
designer
afford
shit.
it. Yeah, exactly. And like you know what? Like I appreciate fabric. I appreciate brands. You know why? Because I come from an artist perspective.
Yes.
I'm not somebody that goes and has money and it's like, yo, bro, all right, I'm gonna buy this for $200, but I can get the same thing at Walmart for $5. I get your understanding, but the thing is, you don't appreciate
quality is different.
Yeah, you don't appreciate the quality and the fabric and the thought that goes behind the whole fucking thing. You get me? Like, if I buy a fucking $5 Walmart shirt, it's not gonna compare to the fucking $200 Supreme shirt that I bought. Nowhere near.
No way. There's just
So
no fucking way.
it's not gonna make sense. And if it does, you know what? I'll give you that argument, but I know for a fact the
doesn't.
reason why they have that price is for a fucking good reason. So that's the reason why I kind of gave myself that quote unquote quota of being like, all right, yeah, let me fucking go ahead and buy the Supreme shirt every Sunday because you know what? I worked for this shit. Like I went through fucking hell to get to where I'm at now, bro. Like you think that fucking when I first started promoting at the beginning before I became a manager at Centro, you think I fucking started making the money I am now? No, nowhere near.
You build
I
that
was
up.
still working another job and doing this at the same time, waking up 5 to 5 Monday to Friday, and then promoting Friday night and then doing it Sunday, waking up Monday morning to work.
Back to work. Check out
man.
part 1 if you missed that.
Yeah, no man, like I fucking hustled my ass off to get to the
I
point
see
where I
it,
am
bro.
at now.
I'll be on Twitter. I'm like, my boy,
like
keep
I,
working.
I hustled to the point where I am now for me to be able to afford shit like that. You like, don't get me wrong, like there's bigger pictures, but like you know what, that's a stepping stone for me. So it's like people might criticize me and be like, all right, yeah, they're watching this podcast and be like, yeah, but why the fuck were you going to spend $200 when you can invest in something else? You never lived my life. I was never a person that was able to go ahead and purchase.
You were never in that position.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, oh, I saw these guys that had nice shoes in high school. I never had the opportunity. I had the same fucking white Air Forces, black Air Forces all the fucking time.
Hey, chill, Black Air Force activity. Hold up.
I've had my black Air Forces, bro. I've had my black Air Forces for 2 years and I never changed them. Mainly because one of my fucking closest friends gave me them. I'll never get rid of them. I have huge sentimental value for those shoes. But
Yo, if I
other
see
Those
than
are dangerous shoes, man.
I wear my Adidas
I have
trainers.
to check. I have to check.
Adidas trainers.
What type of time were you on?
I wear my Adidas trainers, man. Yeah,
I
bro.
had to
Like once you take this industry seriously and you kind of maneuver it through the right direction, it's gonna treat you back correctly. Because not only do all right, so something you guys gotta understand too is like when you're in this industry, the people that own the venues have been doing this for fucking
Years.
10 times longer than we have.
Yes.
So the quote of good help is hard to find in this industry, it applies to it a lot because again, the whole relying factor of getting caught in the loop, falling into influence, it's always going to happen. So finding somebody else that's diverse from that criteria, it's hard to find.
Right.
So thankfully I was blessed with being given that
business
opportunity.
mind.
Yeah. From that business mind and being given the opportunity from my superiors and being handed the torch to learn what they're looking at and look through their
Mentors.
library of notes and things that they've experienced through their nightlife.
How to
Okay, I
integrate it
got
into
So
your own experience.
yeah, so exactly. So
Yeah.
now I apply that to my own thing because obviously times have changed from what they went through when they were in this industry when they were my
Yeah.
age. So I gotta kind of nitbit and
We got social
look-
media.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Best
they-
tool ever.
Yeah.
Something that you also gotta know is
Greatest
that
tool.
if you are in this industry and you're where I am and you look at your superiors, they're always gonna mention that. Like, yo, you guys have it so easy. You guys have social media. I've gotten that like at least 10, 12 times.
That's
And like,
true.
yo, and I'll give it to him. And I'll give it to him
It's so
because, yo,
true.
bro, I can't fucking imagine going to the street handing out flyers. That's fucking crazy. Yo, mad respect to you guys. But I would never, I would
This is
never
all you
done
need
it.
to make money. That's it.
Yeah, literally, all you need is a
Not
phone.
even in the nightlife. That's
I've
it.
been saying
Anything,
that to
yes.
people. All the old heads out there, they're like, oh, social media.
like, yo, social
they're
media,
trying
I'm
to
like-
trap you. The government's trying to get your information. Get my information, but give me my bag while you're at it. Like, I don't give a shit.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
I'm on my hustle.
It got to a point where I was just like, all right, like, this is real shit. And then I got opportunities left and right. Like, hey, you want to open this up? You want to open that up? So then that led to the question the other day, like, oh, when you open up your own club? I've
Club
had
Casper.
that, yeah, I've
I
had
know you had ideas.
yeah, I have that opportunity for me on the table at some point in time for me. Don't know when, but
Oh,
that
shit.
is something that's going to be on the table, and I do plan to do
That's
that.
what's next.
Yeah, because
Ideally.
That'd be tough.
not for
That'll
nothing.
that'll be big time.
Not for
shit,
nothing.
man.
Like I said, primarily, like the reason why I stopped listening to my parents' opinions and my parents,
They hold you back.
yeah, they held me back.
Exactly.
And
I agree 100%. We all agree, I
Yeah,
think.
they wanted me to fulfill the dream that they had for themselves when they came from wherever the fuck they came from.
Every parent has.
So
they
it's
just
like,
want their
you,
kid
like
to see
look,
them. My bad.
yeah, no, you're good. It's like I understand where you came from, where you grew up in, but my dream, or my normal life, is what you wanted to accomplish in your life. So I can't apply that for you. You wanted me to go to school, you know, I'm going to try, and I did that for you. It wasn't for me, but you know what? I came from this background, and you didn't. So why the fuck am I going to go ahead and apply that same type of dramatized fucking drama in my life that you had to make myself a harder person? No, I'm not going to do that.
Hit that
I'm gonna
shit
go
straight on the nose.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go
Wow.
ahead and try to make the best out of my situation, the best out of my environment, because you don't know the people that I do. You don't know the people that I meet. So if I'm gonna go ahead and tell you I want to work nightlife, yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. My mom and my dad don't fucking approve of what I'm doing,
course.
but I make more money than my mom and my dad.
I know
So
it's hard
it-
as fuck to explain.
So
to
it's like
is it
an
so I don't know if it's a Hispanic thing, but anyone out there that's
Yeah.
struggling with their
That's an
parents, like, trying to
accomplishment.
down them
yeah.
down.
So it's like at that point, it's like, what do you think I'm doing wrong? Is it because you aren't letting me be great because it wasn't what you had planned for me in your head, or is it because you're not accomplishing your goals and dreams in me?
And so they're projecting it onto you.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
so
what's
it's like,
fucked up.
so at that point in time, it's like, yo, like I'm done with what you guys got to say to me. Just watch me grow, and then I'll prove you guys wrong.
I agree with that.
So it's,
100%.
it's like you gotta be the person in your generation to actually be able to break them out of that circle. to
Break
be
the
able to-
thing.
Yeah,
Because we live in very different times.
Thank you,
Completely.
bro. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, I've been trying to do that for so
Like
long.
trying to explain to your
completely
parents, like, yo, this is not the 90s. This is
They
not the
don't get
80s.
that. They don't get that,
And
man.
unfortunately, like we were bringing up earlier with the whole racism issue, they grew up on that. They don't know nothing else but struggle. So it's like when they're handed these tools of making everything easier, they either become
It seems skeptical.
It seems skeptical, and they also become redundant to the fact that like, no,
Super.
that's impossible. That's not gonna work.
And it's not possible.
And it's
man.
horrible because then they're saying they're like, that's not
Yeah,
possible.
People
They can't
brush
do
it
that.
off and they don't understand. They're not going to understand until you lay them like that first big time check.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like, oh, okay, I understand.
Yeah, when they
that.
see
But
you
it's
pull
like,
up in the Mercedes, you're like,
it's going to make sense, but it's
Oh.
like, what about all the backbone that it took for me to get up to this level?
yeah.
That's you. You live how you want to live. You got the respect of it because you earned that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's for
Ju-
every
just like-
entrepreneur out there. You earned that, man. Don't let
Yeah.
your parents sway you off, make you feel guilty. None of that.
Just
Not
like
me
how
about
you
that.
had your own struggles growing up in your environment, let me go through my own struggles in the environment that I grew up in.
Exactly.
Don't put
Exactly.
me, don't try to go ahead and criticize me for what you went through because that's
Don't block me.
not my reality. That's yours.
Don't block
And
me.
Thank God I'm not in that reality because you know what? You worked hard to get me into the place of me not being in the position of being through the struggle that you went through as a kid.
Preach.
So
Yeah.
don't criticize me for something that I can't go through because you gave me that opportunity. So sorry if I'm the person that thinks that this is gonna make me money, but guess what? I'm with the times. You're not.
Not at
Unfortunately,
all.
people that are our parents, they've been doing the same thing for X amount of years because guess what?
comfortable.
Complacency. Because they've been doing the same thing and it always works out for them. You know what? It pays for the house. It pays for the car. It pays for my
And there's
son.
no complaint with that.
Yeah, there's
that's about-
nothing wrong with that. But you know what? The generation that we are now, we got
Very
to such a
different.
point. Joaquin, which is one of my fucking closest friends, the guy,
Damn.
that guy,
Shout out.
yeah, shout out my boy Joaquin.
Mm-hmm.
He literally has become one of my role models in my life because of the fact that, bro, the guy's fucking 3 days older than me. We used to celebrate each other. We celebrate each other's birthdays 3 years in a row, 2 years in a row. I can't remember exactly what, bro. But the guy's super successful.
Yeah, no, yo,
He followed what he loved.
Extreme shout
And
out.
back then I didn't understand it, but bro, he would not go out at all when I would tell him to come out with us.
Joaquin, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
he was like that. Everybody
Yes.
knows that. But you know what? Guess what he's fucking doing? He was hustling the whole time. And look where he is now. He's at now years later. The guy's a fucking Lamborghini. His third one.
Big Lambo.
His
big
third
Porsche
one,
now. Red Porsche, right?
He just bought a Porsche and he has a G-Wagon.
crazy.
So he has 3 fucking cars that are worth over 6 figures. So it's like at that point, you know, if you're not looking in the perspective of like, all right, let me break out of my family circle. And if they can't be supportive, you know what? I don't know his situation, but if they can't be supportive, make them see it, you know?
Exactly.
And that's what I'm trying to do right now in the instance of like my family and my mom and my father. So hopefully like fucking a year or 2 years from now, I look back at this podcast, hearing myself and seeing myself talk about it.
Oh, you gonna make it, man.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah,
You're gonna
be
make
listening
it.
to this whole podcast.
You're gonna
like,
make it.
damn.
Seeing myself talk about it in the future and I'll be like, yeah, look, I proved myself right and I proved my parents wrong, which is essentially what I want to do because ignorance is bliss.
Right.
You're never going to fully understand and comprehend something unless you go ahead and try to make your best fucking way to go ahead and try to prove it. You get me? You can't half-ass this, especially if you want to go ahead.
Of course not. You get stuck in that circle.
So it's like, at that point, it's just, you know, you got to go ahead and be real with yourself and like, yo, am I in it to win or am I in it to just fucking like make a point? You're in it for yourself. You can't just make your main motive, all right, yo, I'm doing it to fucking prove my parents wrong. They're stupid. Like,
There's more. It's a bigger
never-
picture
never-
behind it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be to kind of help your parents' side and,
exactly,
and provide
like-
for them because they're gonna get old.
yeah, exactly.
Pension funds that they think is a lot of money now is not gonna be
Exactly.
worth a
It's not.
lot
So
when
trust
they
me,
actually
it's
retire.
not
It's
worth
not.
nothing. Exactly.
So it's up to us to
Nothing.
do our part in this generation and break the family, what they call
mold.
the family mold of being in the middle class, get to the upper class, and provide for not only the people that
And
are with us in the past, but the one in
do
the
you
future
feel
as
like
well.
it bothers your parents when they see like you're finding a way to like surpass them in some type of different way?
Of course it does. My father's a grade A example of that. He can't accept the fact that I make more money than him when he's been doing the same exact thing for years and he has not no pay raise. And I've had probably 2 different pay raises in the 2 years that I've been working at Central.
Gotta use
So
the
it's
tools
just
to your
like
advantage.
it's just
Gotta
like
get with the times.
it's like, hey, look, like, you know what, like get with the times. You know,
Get with
and
the
like
times.
unfortunately
Thank you.
you had your
Thank
time.
you.
You're not 20 years old anymore,
Nope.
but guess what?
Thank
I
you.
am. And I'm going to take
Same.
advantage of what I have on my table. And you know what? This cup could signify construction, and this invisible item can represent fucking architecture. This invisible item could define nightlife. This can define art. This can define me being a fucking IT guy. This can define me being a mortgage officer. But you know what I like of all those things? Nightlife. So it's like at that point in time, what am I going to do? I'm not going to impress my father because of me wanting to be an IT guy because that's a respectable job. No, of course
Are
not.
you gonna be
It's
happy as
your
an IT
life.
guy?
I'm not gonna be happy as an IT guy at all. So
Yeah.
just because my father tells me I want you to be this and it's gonna make me happy, I'm like, you know what? Let me show you an alternate route. You don't see it, but I'm telling you this because
We're walking on that fate, but you all are, my friend. You're
Yeah.
not alone.
so it's like, let me show you what I can become with the craft that I know I can do and what I can perform. You know, there's photographers out there that just start,
Especially in
videographers.
Miami.
Yeah, videographers that just start and they look at it as a hobby and their parents think they're wasting their fucking time. But it's like, you don't even, have you ever, like,
That's a part 3
parent,
right there.
yeah.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Part 3 right there.
Parent 1 and parent 2, do you ever fucking go out of your way and like, hey, look, let me see what you're doing? You know,
Exactly.
mainly sometimes
Exactly.
what happens is like, you know what, let me just criticize them because you know what, I know what worked in my lifetime. Let me try to project that on them because I know what works for me.
Oh God.
because
preach
guess
it.
what? That's a safety net. So
Preach
when
it.
you see,
oh God, preach it.
so when you see
Thank you.
when you see your son and when you see your daughter go through something that they're completely foreign of, they know there's no safety net. The safety net is them. Because guess what happens when you fuck up? Your parents are always gonna be there for you.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like, all right, you know what? If I tell them to go to this fucking job and they fail, I know what to tell them to do because I went through the same situation. Let your kids fucking do what they want to do because
Let your kids figure it out.
yeah, let your kids figure it out because just
Guide
like
them a little bit, but let them figure it out. They gotta
just
be
like how you
themselves.
went through your struggles in your lifetime,
Let your child
let
go
your
through
kids go through. Like I get it,
Thank
you love
you.
I get it, you love your kids. There's
But you gotta let
absolutely
them
no
off the leash and let them explore
Yeah.
the world from how they're supposed to view it from their
Yeah, there's
own
absolutely no
lens.
issue with that. Just let them live their life, let them make their mistakes, and let them come to you, which
Yes.
is another huge thing. Like, unfortunately, I can't say that I have a great relationship with my parents, and I've always been more close to like my friends and shit.
I have
But
too.
always try to
I
go
hear that.
ahead and try to apply a good connection with your sons or daughters, whatever the fuck it may be, because you know what, they need you the most. Because guess what, you're the fucking mom and dad.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of your responsibility as a parent, but it's makes it so much harder when you're a fucking person in their life that's so significant for you to criticize them, telling them that they're doing wrong, and then
They don't know how to take that.
They don't know how to take that. So
At
it's
all.
like it turns from all right, you can't do this. It's the person that's being ridiculed turns into yo, fuck you. You don't know what you're fucking doing. You don't know what you know what you're talking about. So from love, that converges into hate, and it sucks.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta kind of have some leniency for our new generation because, dog, it's tough, especially like if you have a son or daughter like working nightlife, bro.
Oh no!
that
If
must
I
be
had a
stressful.
daughter working nightlife,
That must be stressful.
yeah, of course.
But
I can imagine fucking being a dad and being like, oh, my daughter's about to grow.
yeah, it's just like
that's
you
not
see
my
her
that's not
pictures
my
and shit.
daughter.
Like,
He said, "Not my daughter."
But hey, Caesar, bro, we gotta do a part 3.
That's cool. That's cool.
I didn't expect. I didn't expect for
see
a
my
part 2 to
phone
come in.
blowing, and we gotta wrap up, man. And
I didn't know it took 2 hours already. Bro.
we gotta do a
That's
part 2.
2 hours
But we
already?
did say that though, a part 3. But it's time with you and your people
whole elevate
that
team.
you
Bring your
really
team, yes.
exactly.
I would love to
bring
hear the
you
stories
and
from
your team
all
on
of
here,
them.
bro. That would be a superior episode.
100%, baby, 100%.
Because what you guys have done with Central in the
It's
last
amazing,
year and a half,
especially hearing the backstory behind it. What you guys have to go through, that what we don't see as the media, and
Yeah.
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful story. It's very inspirational.
and the fact that you guys are literally, I would consider you guys top 5 like places to go to in downtown.
Bro, this is
Miami.
like top 1. Oh,
Oh,
no.
we can go top 3.
yeah,
That's
top
top
one.
one,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
not. He's speaking facts.
Wow, legit, bro.
I mentioned
Go on
Liv, and
Twitter,
people
go
like,
on
yo,
Twitter.
fuck
That's
Liv.
it.
I'm
What's
going
the
to Central
club they're
today.
talking about?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Central. Like,
But
Yeah,
back
like-
then, he used to be about to. Now it's Central, bro.
That's why I asked you. I was like, yo, is Patio dead? Because I remember
you
it
guys
was
are the
Patio,
goats,
then
man. Like,
Central.
and
That's
hearing
easily
that
number
story,
one, bro.
you guys are all actually, and not just Caesar, but all you guys that are on Caesar's team that y'all stay
Shout
close
out,
knit.
bro.
Yeah,
That's
but shout out to
hard.
my team, dog. Fucking, I love my team. Like, it
And
makes my
especially
life.
in Miami, because a lot of people are quick to
Shady,
jump
Yeah,
on.
it makes
Exactly,
it makes
so
my
that's
life
beautiful.
makes my life a lot easier, bro.
Matter of fact,
Fucking-
before we wrap up, give your plugins to your people and yourself, man.
Yeah, so again, shout out Elevate Presents. That's my team. I back them 100%. That's my fucking dogs.
Uh-huh.
Tofino Steven, Million for Real, Oscar, Victor, V.CTOR _ on Instagram, and then OHP _ Jeffrey. That's the team right there.
Hey, Jeff.
We don't need nothing else. We need nothing more. It's a very simple team. We obviously every team butts its heads, but we all do good, baby. We do good. We
No,
made
you
a
guys-
solid team.
That's what's up, man.
The image you guys present is a family team. We're here to help
And that's
you guys
what it's
just
about,
get as
man.
lit as
Quality,
it's
baby.
about,
We're
man.
quality.
Again, bro. Thank you for coming by, bro.
Thank you.
I'm
man.
mad that
part
the-
three.
You already know
what the
part
fuck
3, man.
going on,
You
man.
know, with
I'm mad
Caesar,
we had to
it's
do
a
a part 3.
never-ending lesson, baby. Caesar's another part 3 coming,
No,
man.
it's a great story, though. It's a great story of inspiration. Just telling people, like, yo, don't accept the barriers that you run up to. Find a way around it. There's always a greater, greener pasture on the other side.
For sure.
I love hearing the story that, especially you, bro, because I've grown
Yeah,
up
and there's a
with
whole
you
nother
almost.
team of people we gotta
It's a
get to know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's
About
this is
how they
big.
got into
This
the
is
industry.
Big. This
Yes,
is big.
because I know a lot of people just take the outside.
They take
of
it for
They-
granted, man. They don't really see what's really underneath the pot.
They don't know the work
Yeah.
that you guys put in. So again, this is definitely gonna have to be a part
So
3.
before you go, Club Casper, what's up?
Ooh, what's up?
Come and win. Oh,
It's gonna be Ghost, and that's it.
I like that.
with that
baby.
we log off,
Club
baby.
We logging on, baby. Hit the 5-star rating on Apple. Subscribe on YouTube. Hit the likes. You know what it is, man. We out, baby.
Man,
The
love,
roots.
take care. Everybody stay clean. You already know. Hey, yo, rest in peace again to everybody who, rest in peace to George Michaels. Is it
George Floyd. Everybody,
My bad,
everybody
Floyd.
rest in peace, man, for wrong crimes and all that, baby.
Be safe
We
out there,
out.
bro.